Should be on. Oh, yeah, we good? Oh, it's good. It's good. I've got off of the audio. Yeah. All right, Shalom. Want to start off souls by giving no praise to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, Bashem, Makar, Kadash. Right, double honors to the apostle great millstone. Honestly, brothers doing the work of the most high truth and in sincerity. Right, Yahweh's real name in whom the world ignorantly calls God, Jehovah Yahweh. His real name is Yahweh. Son's true name is Yahweh Shai. And then we pray Yahweh Bar Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Bar meaning in, Ha meaning done, Shah meaning name to Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shai. Right? And like yesterday, right, we had another, example of a rumor of war, man, right? Israel just seems, intent to, to cause that regional war, right? With the alleged retaliate, which if you see the framing, that's this devil for you, because he in the Western media has framed it as a retaliation. But these times, what has Israel done? They have assassinated people on foreign soil. They've been doing the most in the whole region, okay? But then they'll frame it as a retaliation and of sorts, right? But it's okay because you know what we know. We understand that this is the end of this man's world. We understand that these are the things that must happen before the destruction of the Western society, right? Because these guys with their nuclear weapons and their great big and grandiose plans, right, are going to do the most, right? And the enemies of Israel, right, of the real children of Israel, are going to be done away with, okay? Because it's all fun and games, right? When everything is happening over there, but what they don't understand is what Iran has threatened, right? Iran has threatened that if their nuclear facilities get attacked, right, that they're going to attack the different oil installations in the Middle East. So if they do that, what's going to happen to the oil prices, right? What's going to happen to the economy? The economy is going to crash. Your little houses, they're going to plummet in value. There ain't going to be no food in the shops, okay? So yeah, if we start off with wars and rumors of wars, if you have it or whatever you had, go. Hey, we can start off with that.
It's the book of Second Ezra 9, and he started from the top. He said, He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time the region in itself, and
Yeah.
when thou
So if we speak about and we think about a measuring stick, right? We talk about measuring. If you're measuring length, you've got a ruler. If you're measuring weight, right? You've got scales. But when you're measuring time, what do you have? You've got these prophecies. That's why Yahushua said, "Watch and pray," right? For you know not when the time is. Okay, so what are we doing? We're measuring the time. When we're seeing, that little show yesterday, which we don't know what exactly happened, as we were speaking on before the camera turned on, right? At first, right? Which no, it stopped clapping. That's what I was speaking at. It's being a demon, man. But it's okay. The enemies of the Lord, they all gonna get dealt. You know what I'm saying? All right, but if you carry on up,
and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
right? So the Lord's getting ready to visit this world. Lord's been visiting this world, man. Right? Why? Because of great wickedness. Right? Because of great death, destruction. Right? You be seeing everything that's going on in the world, where it's the alphabet stuff, right? Just the generals watching a few vids earlier on in the morning, just like the wholesale mutilation of young children, man, right? All in the name of progression, right? So the Lord is angry at what he sees happening in the world. The Lord is angry about the fact that the water is polluted, the air is polluted, right? The land is polluted. The land has no rest. The land's in pain, man. Okay, the earth and that's why the scripture says when this man gets taken down, right? The whole earth is going to be at rest, right? Because creation groans for this man to no longer be in positions of power. Because look what's happened. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, everything is dying.
Everything's dying, man.
And also, I mean, speak about the pollution of the air,
Yeah,
but also on top of that, these pagan holidays that are going on,
yeah,
you
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
around the world, the idol worship, the witchcraft, you know.
Yeah.
All this, make Most High hungry, man.
Yeah.
And above all, the suffering of his people, which
That's
we
it.
are, man, the so-called Negro Latino not from us.
Yeah. The scriptures refer to us as the apple of his eye. You know, and he used to always touch the apple of the Lord's eye, man. He thinks, in fact, real quick, if you can grab Jeremiah 49 and 12 of a Kasha, is it? Yeah, 49 and 12. You know, and even myself, they like doing like, because once again, to them it's a joke. It's okay, let it be a joke, because there's gonna come a time when it's gonna come knocking at your door.
Sure, sorry.
Uh,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the book of Jeremiah 59 and 12. For thus saith the Lord, behold, they whose judgment was not to drink of the cup of assuredly drunken.
Right. So the the children of Israel, right, we're the Lord's chosen, the Lord's peculiar people, right? Yeah, right. The Lord allowed us, right? That's the key thing. The Lord allowed us to go into captivity. And the reason why I phrase it that way is because what you get what was in Isaiah, right, 10:13, he's being like, oh, by scripture says, by my hand I've done this and whatever, what have you. These even might think that they got us because they're somehow better than the children of Israel. And I know the elder gets it, but whenever I'll be like online, right, you be seeing, so these Edomites genuinely think they're intelligent. They genuinely think that they're smart, that they're better. Now, scriptures do say the children of this world are wise, and the children of light are maybe wiser than Daniel, etc., 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 right? But these common day Edomites, they legit think that they're better than the children of Israel. Now, that's not to say that, we ain't got a bunch of degenerates among us. Let's be real, man. You can go past like the whole Chris Carver thing, Jake trying to defend that degenerate or whatever, or have you, or whatever you see in World Star Hip Hop, all of this pop the balloon nonsense, right? Right. But as a whole, we're children of Israel are better, man. Okay.
Better in every sense.
In every sense. Oh, yeah.
In,
Yeah.
in mind as well.
That's it. Because he doesn't mind focusing on the athleticism, right? Because he can't deny that. He can't, try, whatever, what have you. But he's created a whole schools of thought, whole society, whole systems to keep Jake down mentally. You know.
It's going to say, whose judgment was not to drink of the cup of was surely drunken, and that thou, he that shall altogether go unpunished. Thou shalt not go unpunished, but thou shalt surely drink of it.
That's it. Right. Yeah. So there whose judgment was not to drink of the cup of drunk, and we've drunk. Right. So the Lord says basically asking a rhetorical question. So it's like, well, okay, so if the apple of my eye drunk, you're telling me you ain't gonna drink. Now you gonna drink. You gonna drink the dregs of it, man. Okay. Because once again, the Lord made us resilient, man. Certain of the things that a lot of the things that we went through, no other nation could go through that, man. That's why what did Jake say? They gave us lemons, we made lemonade, man. You know?
What's Holster? No, Holster.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, Jake make make it better.
Yep.
In a source of soup or any type of or whatever you give Jake, man, he turn it to gold.
That's it. That's it. If you what was that, Matthew, was it 5? Salt of the earth, real quick.
Matthew 5.
Yeah, I think it's yeah, the salt of the earth. So, yeah, Matthew 5:13 says, "Ye are the salt of the earth." Right? But if the salt have lost his savor, right, wherewith shall it be salted? It is henceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men. Right? Some point I want there is just at the top, man. It's really children, not really, but the children of Israel are the salt of this earth, man. Once again, whether like it's certain times you used to be watching Jake's like, damn, he's so cool, man. Like, what's that? Just the way Jake moves, the way Jake processes, the way Jake does certain things, man. And then when you observe, like when, let's say you're at work or you're out and about and you're observing these evenings, just like, he's a heathen. It's like, you know, it's like even you think of like Moab and Ammon can't even walk properly. You know, they got to do that weird like high knee walk and all of that sort of stuff, right? You know, but Jake, we just labors him, man. Right? But why? Because we're the children of Israel, man. And in fact, we can go into that sort of stuff. Deuteronomy 7, right? All of those beautiful precepts.
It's the book of Deuteronomy 7 and 6, which reads, "For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power."
Yeah. And when you go into holy, it means separate, man. Okay.
The Lord thy power has chosen thee to be special people unto himself
Mm.
above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
Yeah, so the Lord is basically, it's not even basic. The Lord is saying, right, that the children of Israel, Native Americans, so-called, right, so-called Hispanics, right, so-called Negro, right, and then our descendants scattered throughout the earth. The Lord is basically saying, like, look, man, hey, he's better than all of these people, right? But once again, that's why there's been a systematic effort to keep Jake down, right, to promote these negative images of Jake. Once again, like this whole Chris Carver situation, which, well, every Jake, more or less, every Jake with a mind is like, bro, like, oh, he tried to ram the police, but like, what did you expect? You know, this guy was a gangster. This guy was going around terrorizing people, right? But what does Esau do? He causes shields. He causes Wretch 3-2. He causes this whatever entertainer or activist to come out on stage to be like, oh no, you know, this was an unfair killing, or whatever what have you. Whereas we're like, good, good, he got taken out, you know. And in fact, on that, if I'm glad to make a point if you want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I believe it's one to make it. To introduce also the agenda, like,
Yeah.
pushing the gangs and
Yeah,
weapons to the police and stuff like that. So police can
100%.
have power. You know, that's why they use this opportunity. You know?
100%. Because that's why I think it was a home secretary, or basically one individual. It would have been a home secretary, but just so I don't fully remember. A member of parliament basically has now, that's in charge of that, has basically now made a rule change such that if a police officer is involved in a fatal shooting, he now cannot be named until after a potential conviction. So if they mess up the evidence, right? If they, because Esau's the one. Esau can make cases go away. You know, the mistrial of this or that. So then, like, if that cop never gets arrested, you never hear about it. You know, you'll never know who did it, and that person can just skate off into the sunset, right? But that's why the scripture says, or rather, that's why they got that saying, man, order out of chaos, right? Never let a good situation go to waste, etc., etc., etc. Yep.
It's the book of Psalms 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which framest mischief by law?
That's right. Go.
Yeah, that's what it is, man. Esau always uses any opportunity, man, which arises for his benefit.
That's it.
And they use, like this Chris Kaba situation, to make a law for me.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. To make laws, and then once again to further this demonized imagery of the children of Israel, man. Okay, because once again, majority of us, we're like, bro, that nigga deserve what he got, man. You know, like, what you doing, like, because imagine you ramming, you got what do they call it, marksmen, police marksmen. These men are trained, you know, not like Jake that's always doing this shit. These men are trained marksmen. You know, you got them. That's one of them ones. You put your hands up, even if you right, you put your hands up and you hope the Lord don't call you your number in that moment, man. Like, what does the scripture say? Agree with thine adversary, quit ramming him in. Agree. You know. But yeah, if you carry on,
That's determined.
yeah.
Deuteronomy 7 and the 7. Lord did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people.
Yeah. So it wasn't a numbers thing. It wasn't a whatever, what have you. What was it? And it's about to give the answer.
But because the Lord loved you,
Yeah. And that's it. What did it say as well? In fact, let me on the back of that, let me grab this real quick, right? In Romans the 9th chapter, right? It says Romans 9 and uh 13. It says, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, as we just read that, right? Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. It says, what shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness from the Most High? God forbid. Right? But he said to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I have compassion on whom I will have compassion. Right? So, people may be like, oh, but why is it fair? Why? No, they ain't know why with the Lord. Right? The Lord was like, look, man, I love Israel. And that's it. As for Esau, it's peak for you, isn't it? The vessel fitted unto wrath, unto destruction, man.
even if you continue to say, well, I had any power in my men.
Yeah.
For him to show his power.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the power to be fit. Make you do what he wants you to do, and then to judge you for it afterwards. But what we as opposed to go into that, like what theater goes back to like theos, right? Theo basically meaning God, power, most high, right? Because the ultimate director on high is Yahweh, right? And just as the director may like create a character, right, make that character so hated by everyone, like Joffrey as an example. Because you remember when Joffrey died in Game of Thrones, people were like, he got off light. People wanted him to suffer, right? And that's really ultimately what it will be with you, Esau, right? People will want you to suffer, right? When that covering cast is taken off, right? Because what does the scripture say? They that look upon thee shall narrowly look. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, right? Saying, is this the man? Right? Because you've touched everyone, man, especially the children of Israel. You touched everyone, and everyone wants to get a piece of you.
And that's why the Lord is coming, man.
Yeah.
Because you offend his people, and the Israel, the so-called Negro, Latino, and African American.
Yeah.
Put them in slavery, and this all the atrocity that you have done upon his people, man.
Yeah.
To this day. The medical experiment that they've been doing to the Israelites, man.
Yeah. Hey, when you look into like what gynecology, man, that was basically Esau experimenting on Eve. Esau experimenting on Eve, and the thing is, it was like with no anesthetic, no nothing. But Esau thinks he can get away with it. Yeah, we got on Eve, but it's like fucking no, it's like, bro, like what you doing? This man's just a straight up devil. He's got a lot to pay for. Yeah, you can comment, man.
Huh?
You can comment.
Yeah, I was just thinking.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I was thinking about what you were saying, isn't it?
Okay.
I was in thought process.
Okay.
No. Yeah, cool. No.
Ecclesiasticus 3 and 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, the Lord has divided them and made their ways diverse. Some of them has he blessed and exalted, and some of them he is sanctified and set them. Set near himself.
Yeah, man. And you got to understand that Esau's taught the world a fairy tale, which he doesn't even live by himself. This idea that everybody's special and equality, and it's not true. The reality is you can have the law, so thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not murder, which is equal across the board. But in terms of equality, in terms of order, in terms of blessings, there's really no such thing. Even if you want to talk about on a physical level, all men were not created equal. And if you think so, then go try out for the LA Lakers, but unless you're and LeBron James is your daddy, yeah, and he could suck off a few men to get you in there, but I guarantee you that you probably ain't gonna be able to hang with them dudes. Them dudes 6'5", crazy genetics. Some man just got crazy genetics. Where you think that comes from? Yeah, okay, yeah, you go in the gym, but you have to have the genetics to bring it out in the gym.
Yeah, because you get the opposite where you get people that are quite brittle, and it's like they're good for a period of time, but
Then they
then like
break.
their
Yeah.
body just breaks down because they
Yeah.
can't keep up.
It's genetics. If you're meant, it's like I was telling someone like puberty is what really separates people, because you never know until puberty. You could get a boy like, oh, he's like 6 years old. Oh, look at him, he's got all this skill. Like he could be a
Yeah.
footballer or a basketballer, and you see this little 6-year-old doing all this skill, and then you see another one not really as skilled.
Well, we can see this growing up, man. I remember I was back at school, I had friends and that were like faster than me or better, better at certain things than me at a certain age. Once they hit puberty now, it just kind of flipped
Yeah.
on its head.
That's
And I
when
was
your
stronger than
genetics
faster
kick
than
in.
them.
Yeah.
And they couldn't compete like
Some
that.
man will end up taller. Like you remember that pussy old Terry. He thought he was the baddest man in year 7, and by year 9, he was like everyone was looking down at him. Peak for him. Puberty just did him dirty, bro. Puberty did him dirty. But that's the Most High. The Most High ripped that into it. So even men are not created equal. Women are not created equal. Some women are ugly.
Yeah.
Some women are beautiful. Some women ain't got no breasts. Some girl got breasts.
Yeah.
Right? And there's no such thing as equal. Everyone ain't gonna have the same amount of money or the same attributes or the same intelligence or characteristics. Everyone has their potential that they could work on and get better, but the Lord has given everyone according to His dispensation, man.
Yep.
So then, even when it comes to the nation, you have to get it into the concept that there's a nation that's been blessed above others, just because the Lord have made it to be that, and we didn't earn that blessing. That is a privilege. The Lord created us to be the chosen people. Just like Esau, Edom, he was actually created to be hated and destroyed. He didn't choose that for himself. Now, is he fulfilling the works that come with that? Yes, but he didn't choose to be the devil. He didn't apply for it. He was created to be the devil.
I mean, just like Cain, because that's where it kind of stems from, right? Esau's curse, right? When Cain did what he did, he didn't think about the ramifications of what that would mean in the future. That action by itself led to his own bloodline, being cursed.
And he was always set up to be that.
Yep.
He was set up that way.
Right.
Predestination is in the scriptures, man. So all nations are not equal, man. Israel is not equal to no other nation. We're actually superior.
Deuteronomy 7:6.
Yeah.
Like that.
It's going to say, and he said near himself.
Oh, you said sanctify, right? The word sanctify means separate, to make holy. So it's like some things are the Lord has set apart to be holy, like the Israelites are set apart to be a holy people. Now we can make ourselves unholy by doing ungodly things, but because we were created to be holy, we can be cleansed and made holy because the Lord has separated us onto those things. Now you got the other nations. Guess what? They can never be holy because they're unholy inherently. There's not something.
There's not a version of them.
There's not a version of them that's holy. They're not separated like we are separated. Just like if you get an unclean animal, there's no ritual you could perform on an unclean animal to make it clean. You could get Clorox and bleach and Jif. You know about Jif? Yeah, ethnic brothers, man. You put the Jif on the, you could boil it, burn it. It's not going to be clean. But the cow now is clean, but then it could become unclean if it dies of itself. But it's inherently a clean animal. Where Israel is inherently the holy people of the Lord. And that's going to be proven. You can't beat us.
It goes on to say, and set near himself, but some of them as he cast and brought low.
Right, and that happens on the individual level. The Lord could just put curses on the individual, but go back to the national level. Like, well, look at Jacob with the curses of the covenant. The curses came upon us and we were brought low. And that's why we're in the condition that we're in today. It ultimately goes back to the curses of the Lord. But the blessing of Abraham is going to put us back on high. Now, Esau, when the curse of Cain, the curse comes upon him, he's going to be rooted out of the earth completely. And that's the Lord's doing. He's actually going to be removed from the planet, man. Rightfully, you know what I mean? Anyway, go on.
And turned out of their oppressors. Yeah.
And that's what's going to happen to Esau. He's actually going to be cursed to be uprooted from all of his places, man. Even the land that's supposed to be his inheritance, the land of Edom, It's not going to belong to him anymore. That's going to be given onto the tribe of Judah. So to hell with Esau, man. Esau's finished anyway. He's already been written off. You know, like when man write it off. He's been written off. He's done. He's cooked.
Yep.
Really, it's about us now.
Yeah.
You know, and we're gonna get into that in a bit, man. It's really like Jake needs to do some serious reflection on themselves too, because what we've been seeing happening, like you, Jake, are out of order, man.
Esau's like a fire there to be deleted.
Yeah. He's in the Messiah
No, you know
already.
You know that this message was self-destruct.
Yeah.
Then once you read it, it just self-destruct. Yeah, he's a temporary inhabitant of the earth, man.
I was going to say, as the clay in the potter's hand, to fashion it to fashion it at his pleasure, so man is in the hand of him that made him, to lend to them as he likes it best.
So ultimately, you got to look at it like this, man. And I love the art of storytelling, the creation of a character. Every great story that has great characters. What makes a character? The characteristics. That's where you get the word character. The writer actually when you go to like a movie, right? A proper writer will sit there and come up with a whole backstory for a character. That some of the backstory is not even in the movie. It ain't in no movie. He's actually come up with a whole character. I can imagine that because of this, you know, when he was school, they treated him like this. And then the actor will sit there with man and we'll have these discussions to understand how you react to certain situations based upon those characteristics. Because that's what a character is. Well, that's what the Most High has done. The Most High has created characters. Esau is the devil, right? And these are the things he will do. This is his backstory. Everything that's happened, man, in this entire universe, in this entire creation, is really down to the will and the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. There is no free will. We're all just characters that's playing out a role. It's just that we don't know, but the Lord knows. The scripture says a man's goings is of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way? So even Esau, that's why he thinks he's slick, and he thinks, oh yeah, like I got all this occultism. I'm working against the Most High. But really, the Most High gave you all that occultism to trick you into thinking that you really got it going on. But then prophecy is going to be fulfilled. So what does that mean? That everything you thought you were doing that was against, you really were just playing your role in the Lord's script, in the scripture. That's why you have to humble yourself to Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because he is the Most High, man. He got full control, total control over everything that's happening. So we could trust him. So Jacob, that's why Jacob is gonna end up being the righteous, not because we chose to be the righteous. Ultimately, the Lord has said, yo, they're gonna be perfect. I'm gonna make them perfect. I'm gonna program us.
Yeah. It's just so say we'll remember their sin no more, and all of the wickedness that we have done. The Lord he's gonna, starting off with the elect, the Lord is gonna wipe the slate clean, man.
Yeah. Well, the scripture says in Isaiah 63, why hast thou hardened us from thy fear? This whole thing was set up by the Most High.
It's the book of Romans 9:17. For the scripture says unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee.
Now that goes back into Pharaoh. Pharaoh was mighty in the earth. Right? Them Egyptians were living high on the hog, so to speak. Because remember, they had the riches of the surrounding nations. They had the army. They had the witchcraft on lock. They had an idol for every toe they had, man. The Magi's, they're turning, they were doing good, right? They were brought up to that world power status, so that when the Lord smashed them to pieces, they were like, yo, wow. Because your opponent matters, isn't it? You got to build up your opponent. If you're beating up on little man, no one cares, innit? When you're going up against a killer, yeah. When you go in there against someone that's built up, that's when matchups mean something. If you watch boxing, the most famous fights, there has to be an equivalent opponent. Otherwise, man was just say, yeah, but that guy you beat up was a bum. Yeah. You were beating up bums. You weren't no proper dude.
You had 6 losses.
10 losses. So the Lord built up Egypt. Well, guess what? He built up Esau greatly. He built up Esau greatly, man. so that when he crushes him in these last days
Yeah.
with all this technology and science and witchcraft, and you know, he's white, his white skin and all that thing. He thinks he's an elf and all this shit. Yeah. When the Lord just
Because let's make no mistake about it, this kingdom is the mightiest kingdom that's ever existed.
they
You know,
got
what we
power,
saw
man.
is technology, man. He would wipe the floor with any other empire that existed before his. So this is the strongest
they might as well
final
be
boss
aliens.
opponent. Yeah,
They might as well
comparison.
be aliens in comparison.
Yeah.
They went back in time and they started dropping bombs from the sky and shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, so yeah, Mosai drew out Esau greatly, man, just to fuck him up, basically, man. And even then, it's gonna seem easy.
Yeah.
You know.
And the Most High even had him rejecting the Most High, so he can't blame the Most High. You ain't using. You said it's your technology, so your shit's gonna fail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're gassing yourself. Oh, look at us, like. So the Most High showing you that, yeah, man's wisdom ain't the in thing, you know.
Yeah. It's not the highest level of wisdom.
Nah, it's weak sauce, man.
Yeah.
Go on,
It goes on to say, for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why we're out here to speak the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, so that the people know. Like beforehand, before. So when Esau gets crushed, man's no, yeah, that's the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ain't nobody else's work. It's the Lord's work. He can crush this little rat. You know,
Because we've got to do look at these other nations right now, especially like Lebanon and all these places. Where's their God at, man? Why aren't they stopping the small hats from blowing the shit out of them? They're meant to be all devout, right?
yeah, their God is Russia.
Exactly. That's what they run into help for, right? And then you can say the same thing about us, but where's your God? Well, we know why we're where we're at right now. There's a reason. There's a reason why we are where we are right now. But we know there's
Where's our God? He's behind you.
He's behind you. You know. And so, like, but you have all your gods are idols, man, and that's going to be proven in that time because your gods are not actually doing anything.
Well, we got a scripture for that. Isaiah 45. It says, surely they're gonna say, surely thou art a God that hidest thyself, thou Savior of Israel. So our God is supposed to be unseen. It's part of the script.
But this is the thing. Even the things that are happening unto you, it's because of our God.
Yeah.
This is the thing, because it's nice in our scriptures what's happening to you.
But they're gonna be like, nah, okay, cool. That's why when Yahweh Shai comes, that's when you're gonna realize, but it's when you're gonna show himself. So, oh shit. It was all a big setup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are fools. Yeah.
Yeah, you are fools, man. Especially these other nations, man, like these Arabs and that, like they're out of it, man.
Because all these heathens ultimately pride themselves over Israel, man. You know, they think they're better than, but when you sit and you observe them, like for instance, Elam, like, you know, certain of the things they do, it's like, what are you doing, man? You know, no matter which country you meet them and they stink, like that old spice.
They don't respect safety.
Nah,
They're gonna get smashed up by trains all day long because they're stupid.
Yeah, they're priding themselves against Jake because guess what, man? We've been cursed and brought low in our condition.
The butt of the earth, man.
And you, Jake, and we're gonna talk about it. You, Jake, love to be in that degenerate position. You wearing degeneracy as a badge of honor, man. And it's like, no, now it's time through the Spirit of the Lord to come up out of that degenerate, low down, ignorant spirit and take upon yourself a higher spirit, man. The spirit of Yahweh Shai, which is kingly, which is princely, man. Like we're gonna go into this Chris Carver thing, man. You, Jake, it's clear what the scriptures say, man. Women and children are their oppressors, man. Because you got a bunch of women and childish men running out there capping for like criminals, man. You, Jacob, embraced your own destruction. You think it's fun to anything that's self-destructive. You, Jake, uphold it and run with it. We're the only people that push our lowest version of ourselves forward, and that's so dominant. Like they had rappers on there and all these people. It's like no one else does that. No one takes criminals and lowlives and turns them into celebrities. You know what I mean? And looking up to them.
And more so on the national stage, like being asked a topic of such sensitivities, right? You know, like
rapper, man. And then these Jakes, their favorite characters on TVs are criminals. And they'll be watching these programs, and when the criminals get what's coming to them, they're upset, they're crying, they're in mourning. Oh, Franklin Saint, man. Oh, Franklin, man. So
What's
what,
up?
you know, they love Scarface
Mm.
and all this shit. Go on, man.
It's from Isaiah 59. I'm going to read from the top, right? It says, Behold, the Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. But your iniquities have separated between you and your God, your power, and your sins have hid his face from you that he will not hear. For your hands are defiled with blood, and your fingers with iniquity. Your lips have spoken lies, your tongue have muttered perverseness. None calleth for justice, nor pleadeth for the truth. They trust in vanity and speak lies. They conceive mischief and bring forth iniquity.
Right. Can you give me Matthew 1 and 21? The root of our salvation is more to do with ourselves than it is with our oppressor and our enemy. Because our oppressor and our enemy
So it's a symptom.
is a symptom. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a symptom. And then but the funny thing is, even though he's a symptom, he becomes a cause too, in a way, because he's then given power to do certain things to us that make us worse.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like a lot of how messed up Jake is because Esau is coming in and he's feeding into it.
Yep.
Like how he's promoting these rappers and messing Jake up with the education system and with the religion system and setting up these agents that come in and pander to Jake and lead Jake astray, these false leaders. We get that. But him being able even to do that in the first place was ultimately down to our calling, because Esau should have no power over us. Esau should have no influence over us.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. So just like how we try to say something to Esau and Esau goes, okay, and he just completely ignores us.
Yeah, he shouldn't have. The reason he has any influence and power over us in any way, shape, or form is really an issue that goes back to us. And we broke it down in the scripture because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. You got that?
This is Matthew 1:21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahushai, for he shall save his people from their sins.
The salvation that we preach about, right? It says he shall save his people from their sins. Now, why do we need saving from the sins? Because when you think about the salvation, you think about the chariots coming and saving us. Because do we need physically saving from this man? Yeah, we need delivering from this man. He's the devil.
Captivity.
Being in authority under the devil is never going to be a good thing, because that devil is only going to seek to what? To destroy, which he has. Our people have been destroyed in this captivity on so many levels. But why did it specifically say in that scripture to save from the sins? Because that's the first. In order for the rest of the salvation to happen, we need to be delivered from our sins, because the initial issue is with us, not with Esau. Esau would never have been a problem to us if we hadn't transgressed against the Heavenly Father, and therefore the curses came upon us. So there's an accountability there that comes from us. That's why when Yahushua came, he wasn't just going, yeah, I'm gonna F up these Romans and then rolling up on Caesar. Who did he come to?
Us.
And what was he saying?
He was teaching us.
He was teaching us to do what? To change, to repent, to have accountability for our own actions, for murder, for stealing, for lying, for idolatry, for adultery. All these things, man, which is written in the law that we commit, right, feeds into the whole larger situation that we're dealing with. But if you're never going to reflect on your own actions, and then you just want to blame Esau, it ain't gonna work. That's why we don't just come out here and say, oh, the white man's the devil and that's it, let's go home.
Yeah.
We can't do that. We need to address you, because really that's the most important part. We could even not say Esau's the devil. As long as you repent, then you can be delivered. All right? It says repent. What did the Lord say? Repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Then he told them, can we get what is it? Matthew. Oh, you got some scriptures.
Yeah, I just want to finish this up.
Yeah.
But just like you're saying though, the Lord could have just come and destroyed the Romans and we could have been freed.
Yeah.
He could have just done that. Because that's what happened in Egypt, right? The Lord just destroyed our enemies, he took us off and he put us in that land. But what happened once we got into that land? We was doing fucked up shit. We need to change. We have to have a nation. That's why you got these Negroes like Akon and that you know, with his Akon City, what the fuck it is, right?
Yeah.
Thinking that if we just get our own plot of land and do our own thing, that things will be okay.
No.
It won't.
Or reparations.
Because the biggest problem is us.
Because Jake think the money is gonna solve everything.
Yeah.
Not reparate. No, Jake, your problem isn't poverty. Even though poverty
Part
is
of
a
it,
problem,
Curse. Yeah.
your problem is not poverty. The problem in the ghetto is not lack of money. Because you niggas got money. Listen, niggas got money, man.
You can buy buying Jordans.
Yeah,
and
like
fucking
you,
all the downtime.
niggas got money. The problem is you. The problem is the way you are, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat the Most High, and the way you treat others. That is the problem. That's why most of the separation that's happening in our communities, we're inflicting. Esau ain't got to do nothing.
Yep.
Like this Chris Carver guy, he is Chris Carver on his own. Him and his 6-7 gang is doing more damage and more inflicting more terrorism and pain on his own people than the Metropolitan Police. Oh, no, you're a coon. You're with the. Okay, so you go to Brixton, you go South London, right? And you're walking down a road in South London. You're worried about the police. Is that what you're telling me? I'm talking about the normal, average, everyday. I'm not talking about
not part of gang.
yeah, I'm not talking about man that's in a gang. Yeah, that's got ops running around the street, which is again, they're a bigger threat to you than the police are, because the man them that's really getting down Jake ain't the police. When you hear about man getting shot and killed and getting stabbed up and getting in the hospital, it's not the police running around with Rambo knives, shanking man. Yeah, it's other Jake. So the point of the matter is, yeah, is that the terrorization of the community really is from within. Jake ain't, yeah, okay, cool. He had the KKK, and even if you go back to like in the UK, the 70s, the 80s, the early 90s, yeah, you used to have skinheads and that running around, chasing down Jake, beating Jake up, stabbing Jake, you know, doing things to attacking Jake. Yes, that was my father's generation. My generation, that won't happen. Let's be honest now. Let's have an honest conversation. If you're like 35 and below, yeah, you weren't getting chased around on the streets by a bunch of skinheads with Dr. Martens on, or you've not experienced police brutality. Like, and I mean, really, like, I don't know anyone that I know coming up in the ends that experience police. I mean, as in police just dragged you to the side and proper beat you down and put you in hospital. Yeah. No, in fact, you
just because you're walking down
a lot
the
of
street.
you niggas need that, to be honest, man, to straighten up. But I know growing up, it was other Jake. Most man didn't want to go certain ends. Like you got Auntie in Hackney, you didn't really want to go Hackney. Because why? Because the police was gonna stop you? No, because them man over there, like they might take your phone.
They were gonna stop you.
They were gonna stop you. Hey fam, where you from, fam?
Yeah. And
It's true. It's not a lie. This is the truth. You cross a borderline and you go to, as a so-called black man, especially if you go to an ends that you're not known in that ends, they will stop you, accost you, and be like, oh, where you from? What you doing here? And if you got a nice phone or something like that, in fact, most of these beefs
Watches and shit.
are over that type of stuff. Man's cousin got robbed by these man or and they go to get back, and then it becomes a feud. And that's not just in the UK, that's in America, or whatever the case may be. That's why even with you, Jake, right? Another example. A nigga go to LA, he say he's from New York, he got to check in. He ain't got to check in with the police. You ever notice that? He don't have to go to Esau. He checked in on his airplane.
Yeah.
Esau's not going to trouble you.
Yeah.
If you're a artist or someone and you got a show that you're performing at in LA, all you got to do is buy your ticket and go there. Police ain't got a problem with you performing at your show. Yeah, you're going to have to do all the, risk analysis and all that, and then they have to okay your show. But the police ain't going to turn up and
pat you down,
take your Rolex, snatch your chain. No, but you niggas now, hey man, you supposed to check in. What you doing around here? You got to check. So basically, you have to pay them money for them not to rob you or to kill you. And then a lot of time, man, pay the money, they still come around and rob and kill you. Who are you really worried about now? It's not the KKK and it's not Esau. It's mainly your own people because we have so much hate for each other.
Okay, so two quick things. I've just been watching that the Black British music or whatever, and it was doing the history of music in Britain, right? But like one of the things they touched on was when they had jungle. After a while, they had to stop the jungle raves because like people started coming in and just like doing madness in the raves.
Yeah, but come on, everyone knows black clubs get shut down.
Exactly.
Because there's always a shooting. Multiple. That's why.
I don't like it's in there.
And you know what they'll say? Oh, you guys are racist. Listen, it is the truth, right? Wherever you have too many so-called black people in the same place, yeah, some crazy violence happens.
Well, let's you know, if we do that statement, man. When you got unreasonable Negroes,
Yeah, unreasonable.
you know,
Which they
Negroes
gonna
from
be
the
there.
ends.
The bad eggs.
Here's the problem.
But how many house raves we went to when we was younger? You had to end up running out the house rave. Real talk, man, bust shot, or someone's getting shanked, or that's how. That's why after a while, man said, "Yo, I can't go to these house raves.
That's it.
It's peak."
It's too troublesome, man.
Man
know?
will just come in the house rave and then just start robbing people at random and all kind. It's just Jake, man. Man will go to the carnival, same thing. Man will come rob man in the carnival. Then next thing you know, like, then man's cousins are looking for man and man's getting shanked up in the chicken shop, and it all goes back to them man robbing man in the carnival.
Man running on, jumping on buses and shit, trying to,
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
it's just going down Chocaderos and robbing man down there.
Yeah.
It's just, it's true.
And the proof that it's the curses is, in Deuteronomy it says, thine eye shall be evil towards thy brother.
Yeah, it's true. Jake's eye is evil towards each other. So Esau don't need to really come in. Yeah, before Esau would have to come in and brutalize. You brutalizing yourself.
And it's only you type of character, you cats out there that actually worried about the police.
Bro, when I was in Brom, yeah, bro, man went to the, man will go to the one time I went to a white party. I forgot the name of the club, yeah. We went up in there, like, yeah. Bro, when I was there was man coming in with strap in. They just showing the strap to the bouncers coming in, right? I'm in there and I knew a couple man in there, like, and I'm there now, right? Bro, the whole thing was spooky. There was Johnny's in there, there was Burger Man in there, yeah. And it was gonna get peak, yeah. You could just feel the tension in the air that someone was gonna have to die tonight. Yeah, and I'm chatting to my man there, and he's posted up. There's man next to him holding their straps. I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like, this is crazy. Then you go to Oceana. They built an Oceana in Birmingham Center. Bare white boys in there, yeah. You walk in there, no tension. And crackers is just in there, just on drugs, fucking drinking. Cracker would bump into you like this. And he was, oh my, you all right? Look, come, let me buy you a drink. Man, drag you into a next thing. Like, you get bare pints, like. But you go to the rave with the Jakes. It's pure tension, pure tension.
The eyes, you know.
Yeah.
Watching man.
It's just true because we've allowed ourselves to be programmed against each other. Our culture, our music, our entertainment is all based around static and evil. And we praise gangsterism and gangsters, and you hate snitches, but you love drug dealers. Think of that.
And let's say we become acclimatized to this way of living, man. Now we just accept this is what it is. But it's not supposed to be like this, man.
No.
And it is really just with a small selection.
Yeah, it's a small minority that has such a huge power and a hold over everyone else.
And it's reinforced by the rap music.
So then when this Chris Carver thing happened, you see that there is a lot of people like, yo, man, fuck this dude.
Yeah.
But the people that's talking and that, Chris Carver, like, he's no, what the hell with him?
Yeah.
What the hell with that dude, man? That dude, listen, I know them type of people. Them type of man, don't go around, man, with a nice watch. Go around him with your rollie on, and he's with his boys. He's gonna be like, yo, what's man doing with that? Like,
you become a mark.
You become a mark to guys like that. He went Black Lives Matter. What the hell? Don't tell us like we don't know, because we're all from ends. We know how man operate. These people are not, they're not rebels with a cause. These people are not there to serve and protect the community. They're there to leech off the community.
If I can say on that, that was the second thing I was going to say, because Edomites will move into them ends and they're safe.
Yeah.
They know they're safe.
Oh yeah.
You got the area, it's a bit edgy. You know,
because Jake is fully set against himself. But you say anything and Jake will try and shame you because Jake don't want to take any criticism. Jake don't want to be critical. But a big part of this truth is criticizing our own people. Isaiah 58. We'll get that next.
So I've got Deuteronomy 28 and I'll go. Deuteronomy 28 verse 54. So that a man so that the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eye shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
And that was Chris Carver anyway, because he was beating on his baby moms. He was you know, she had a restraining order out on his ass. Yeah, bro, the dude was a real low life, man.
Menace to society.
He was a menace. Exactly that. He was old. He was a menace to society, man. And he died doing what he loved. You know what I'm saying?
That shit they also reap.
Well, why the hell are we supposed to protest for that?
You don't want that type of Negro in our community, bro.
Yeah, like why we don't want criminal. A real people tries to get rid of criminals, try to eliminate them.
Yes, sir.
Not uphold them and glorify them, our cartel, free world boss, and all this guy.
They're
Man.
blocks, they're blocks in our society.
In the ancient world, he would have got stoned to death.
Yeah.
Get rid of them.
Long
dudes,
time
man.
ago. He wouldn't have got to the age he got to.
You know what I'm saying?
And Jake couldn't even tell the truth about him. Esau had to bring out the truth.
Yeah.
But the man on the roads knew.
Yeah.
Everyone on the roads knew. Yeah, this guy is
Even his mother knew. His mother knew.
He's 6'7", bro. Man's in the drill videos talking about shooting people and that, and then he's like, oh, he was innocent.
Drill artist, isn't it? Yeah, what's his name? MC Itch.
Itch, bro. Come on, man.
Well, even his mother knew. His mother knew he was a criminal.
They know. But then this happens all the time. These low-life Jakes
Sorry.
get into an encounter with the police, and then they try and ignore the lifestyle they live, and try to rally the community under his cause. When he weren't for the cause of the community, he was terrorizing his own community. If anything, the community should have got together and dealt with him. Got rid of him. That's what would happen in the ancient world. Man would either kill you or exile you from the fucking community, bro. You don't belong.
Let's say Esau. I mean, it's gonna happen eventually. But let's say Esau was that fucking that animal, that beast that, you know, he just rolled upon Jake all the damn time and fucking Jake up, right? Let's say he was doing that, right?
You niggas won't protect you.
Well, no, but you give him a reason to do that. You motherfuckers would give him a reason to do
This is
that
the worst
to your
thing of
auntie,
all.
to your granny, and all this
I was
shit.
gonna say the one of the main reasons why Esau's allowed to profile Jake is because of you Jakes. You Jakes that run around out here, you are a criminal mindset, but on top of that, you have to tell everybody.
We're changing people.
Everything you do has to be promoted on World Star Hip Hop and on the internet, yeah? And don't you know the whole world is looking at that? Oh, these people, because you're at the forefront. So it's like, yeah, these people are all criminals.
Yeah.
Because all they see is Jay, like, yeah, I'm here, get man down there, all this stuff. You're not even doing it hidden.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, you're doing it on Front Street.
Yeah.
So then, of course, you're going to start profiling. Of course, we're going to get profiled because you are putting a marketing program out to say, this is what we're about. We're ghetto people. This is what we do.
Yeah.
You don't see the Yakuza doing that. Where are the Yakuza drill videos? They're like, nah, we don't really want to be known like that.
Ninjas move in silence.
These dudes don't move in silence though. Everything has to be,
Loud,
every gang
telephone.
has their designated rappers to tell everybody about it.
But who's Jake's role model? We just had Big Meech. Big Meech just come out of prison, BMF. Black Mafia family. He just came out of jail. He was a big exploit back then in the 90s,
And they're glorifying
showing off
that.
his money and all that. Now the niggas just there broke, living in a, in a hut somewhere, trying to get back into the scene. All these Frank Lucas guys, that's all Jake's role models, niggas of the world. Niggas that got caught either snitched or went jail or got killed. That's niggas' role model.
But this is what creates our stereotypes that people believe in, Because that's all people see about us. They don't see the Jake banker. They don't see the Negro banker. They don't see all
But
that
guess what?
doctor or whatever. You don't see
You're
that.
worried about the police shooting Chris Carver, the Most High, all you Jakes that's into that lifestyle, if you don't repent, and not just you, all Jake has to repent, but if you don't repent from that lifestyle, the Metropolitan Gun Units is the least of your worries. Because the law's gonna get you one way or another. It could be a lightning.
But how many guys did they really lick down anyway? The police say, can't really lick down nobody.
Jake out there crying, and it's sad. You're just watching these Jake crying. Oh, it could be anyone.
It was just your time, man. The Most High said it was your time.
Could be anyone.
The Most High had to put that shot on you, man.
And that's why when I go out, man, I make sure I go out with black professionals. You're right. I'll go out with a canary wolf black man. I don't want to go out with anywhere.
the same scenery as Jake.
Yeah, man, because these wicked ghetto niggas, man, they're always, these are the type of niggas that are trying to take your girl in front of you.
Yeah.
Hey, trouble.
I'm a lion. I'm a lion, bro. These are the same dudes. They'll look at a man, and if they think you're not on the roads, they'll do the most.
Well, apparently he did that to his bedroom.
Oh no, that was a different one.
Oh,
that was Rich.
What my man did from the ISUPK said, I'm gonna bang his wife and all that.
Bro, Jake is into that. The whole he's a neek. And then they'll go and try to pressure man and try to chirp your girl in front of you in the club. because he knows he's got the gun on him. That's how just who these guys are. They're low lights.
Low lights. You saw it. You saw the video. Man's in the club, slurring around like a damn snake, and then the guy gives him the signal and all that, and he got to start busting demons, bro.
And then he's running from the police, and then we're meant to capture him. Nah, hell with that. Go on now.
Shall I finish Isaiah 59 off? Going down to verse 6, that their webs shall not become garments, neither shall they cover themselves with their works. Their works are works of iniquity, and the act of violence is in their hands.
Yeah, that's all these gangs are. This whole idea of gangs, which is there's always been some form of that, just wicked niggas in a group, a group of bandits.
Fake brotherhood.
Yeah, it's a fake brotherhood because they're all snitching and killing killing each other anyway.
Yep.
Right. But they always, this is the thing, if one gang ends up dominating, you know what ends up happening? The gang ends up splintering anyway. They have infighting, and then it becomes more than one gang because these niggas can't do anything right. These people are not like in the ancient world. We had King David, and we had the Arda, and we had the warriors, and they were there to protect the people and uphold the law. These men are not there to uphold anything. If you was to say, and I was saying this in the car, with all these gangs and Bloods and Crips and all, let's just say Esau said today, you know what? Yeah, we're no longer going to police any of your communities. You could do whatever. You're not beholden to any laws of ours, and we're not going to put you in jail. Yeah, and let's see what happens. Them niggas is going to be up in your house selling crack out your living room with your kids locked up in the bedroom. They're going to just abuse everyone around them with immunity because they're the ones with the gun. This is the truth. They're not going to say, okay, these are the laws, statutes, and commandments. Thou shalt not. They're not going to start bringing in law and order. The law is going to be whatever we say. That's how they're going to be. If you want to tech man gal, they'll tech man gal. If they want to do, they'll do what they want because we're bad man and we do what we want. This is the reality, man. These people are demons. And Esau really should have been dealt with them a long time ago, but he's allowing them to proliferate, really. You know, it takes a few of them, puts them in jail, and he releases them back out into the wild. Like, really, Esau should just come in and just pop these men and get rid of. They know who they are, because don't think, that's another thing I'm going to say. They know exactly who all these dudes are.
Some of them are informants.
Some of them, bro, there's more informants than fucking police. Half of these men are informants. If they really wanted to take all of them off the street in one go, they could, but they don't really want to.
Proof of that was what was it? Was it like maybe not Shoreditch, but like the one in surrounding areas where there used to be a lot of like phone thefts, and then they wanted to move
Yeah,
and they wanted to move the Edomites in, and all of a sudden all the phones start getting robbed. It's like,
Yeah,
you could have handled it.
Yeah, because what they do is they go into the prisons and they got a man sitting there on a 10-year, on a 15-year, and the man say, listen, man, we'll make sure that when you do that appeal, you'll get out in 7 years, but you work for us now, and we'll leave you alone because the way the informant system works is you can inform and they'll let you off as long as what the person you're informing on is doing something as bad as what you do or greater. So if man's a drug dealer, he could come out and a lot of it, he could still be even involved in the drug trade, but his job will now be to other men that's selling drugs. When they need the information, the police will tell you most crimes are not solved by investigation. They're solved by intelligence, which means informers are giving them the information they need to go get the evidence they need.
I heard about that Mark Duggan situation with the gun in the car was an informant.
Of course.
That gave him up, so that's why the police knew who he was.
Of
They chased him
course.
down.
We said that the other day. You remember them other guys, the black man, they were in the van with all them drugs. And they were saying, oh, they tapped the phone and all that stuff. Yeah, but the reason they even got to that stage is they had an informant, man. Esau knows everything what's happening in the criminal world. But it plays a part of his system because you Negroes are doing his work for him. They don't want to take all these Negroes off the street because they want man to continue to destroy.
They need the crime.
They're agents of chaos.
They need the crime.
They even fund their rap videos.
I mean, how else is Esau going to peddle his drugs on the street?
You know what I mean?
He needs them to a certain extent.
Yeah, he needs them.
You know,
Even within
part of the economy.
Even within the prison system, they've got major gangs going on, man. You know, back and forth controlling shit that goes out in the street. It's a corruption. It's corruption all the way around.
It's so bad that they even run that shit out of prison, man.
Hey, you know that dude Duarte, man, starting there, was it Philippines and that? Man, he just went and he just took all the drug dealers out and solved the problem double time. I think that also happened in
Malay, is it?
was it Nicaragua? Was it
Nicaragua.
One of them South America, Colombia. It was Colombia did it, and there was another one where they were having major issues like with murder rate, and the government said, "Look, enough is enough," and they just started going around and they arrested all of them, and the rest of them they didn't arrest. They put bullets in their head, cleaned up the street. Now the crime is way down, murder rates way down. So if they really want to do it, they know they'll come down hard.
And as I say, it's not that that shit stopped, but it's much more. Well, no, if you know that's how the government's going on, bro, you're not quick to be doing that type of shit, man. So you be doing it a lot quieter, a lot. You know what I'm saying?
But these Esau wants these dumb Negroes to really be doing a lot of what they're doing, man. But we're not out here trying to defend them, man. Yeah, let's get the scriptures, man. They're the worst, man. You know, when you got a family, man, you realize how bad it is. You know, when you got kids, and you go to the park and these men are hanging around and they're just doing foolishness
and weed, all this dumb shit. Yeah, being niggas. And you notice that the people, so-called celebs of our people, the rejects of our people, the ones that's commenting, talking shit. Yeah, trying to plead for his cause and all that. When you know he's a damn demon, why are you like, you know? Yeah, are you going to support that, man? All these wretched
trying to protect
you guys are demons, man.
If they would have robbed his watch.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's how you know these rappers, they roll them out because they're part of the system. Yeah. That's why they got them rappers and them woke-activists, them Black Lives Matter agents, they roll them out to push this narrative to Jake here, to enable Jake to continue being demon. That's how I rate, you know, he's probably a demon, but at 95, dude, he said what the real man then was saying. Like, nah, like, we ain't capping for this dude. This man was putting in mad work on the street. Like, what we doing here? He ain't no innocent man.
Yeah. Yeah, the other old ass nigga always complaining. What was his name?
Yeah. Him.
So trying to advocate for. He didn't smash into their cars.
They should have shot the tires.
Did you see? Did you watch the video? He was ramming into the cop cars. He didn't give up. He was being unruly. So they're also gonna shoot the nigga, man.
Well, you know he's dangerous, armed, dangerous.
Yeah, you got armed police too, but you didn't know there was police.
Let's say he waited. He got out of the car and shot down 2 police.
Yeah, you don't know. He was acting erratic, man.
Yeah, man.
Because he was scared like a little girl. And yeah, I said it. He's scared like a little girl. He was in his feelings. That's why he was running like that. A real man would have just held it down. Either went out in a blaze of glory or just like, look, put your hands out. Yeah, like, I'll deal with the bid. He was scared. He didn't want to go jail.
He didn't want to sit down.
He didn't want to go there. Like, he was guilty, so he was running like a rat. And then he got killed like a rat. So what, man? What are we doing here, man? And to hell with you gang niggas, man. Selling your crack and your heroin and that, thinking you're cool. You're not cool, man.
Jeremiah 4:22. For my people is foolish. They have not known me.
Yeah, it's a foolish thing. These dudes was watching this program, right? Snowfall. I can't even believe it. Yeah. And they're literally showing you in the program how the CIA, Esau, set man up to pump crack cocaine in LA and in the different cities, which absolutely decimated the so-called black community, destroyed. The effects of which are still going on today, still happening. So many families broken, children abused. Just generation of madness came off the crack epidemic, right? And because the nigga didn't get away with the money, niggas was heartbroken. Oh, that's my it's like, yo, you would have thought man was a hero, and the hero, bro, he's a villain.
Right. You really wanted him to get away.
Yeah, because all it matters is he was killing niggas, he was gangster, he was killing niggas, and he had a girl, and he got some money, and that's all that matters to you, dumb niggas. So you're willing to destroy you're just willing to lay waste to all your people for money?
You know, you ever watch that movie Catch Me If You Can with Leonardo DiCaprio?
Yeah.
Right? It's not like that type of story, right? Man, we're just trying to, running from the FBI and shit, just making forgeries. Like, you could say there's like very minimal consequences to other people.
Crack is crazy.
Yeah, you thought the whole people.
Bro, you had women here that were hooked on crack and instantly were selling their children for sexual abuse to get crack
babies.
Crack literally just wiped out people, whole families, man. 3-4 generations later, still suffering the consequence of the crack epidemic, and you're worshiping Franklin Saint, you're worshiping Unc, you're worshiping Frank Lucas, you're worshiping Scarface. So you got to ask yourself, what kind of people will worship their own villains? You got to be retarded. Why would you worship your own downfall? Like something which is self-destructive that's working against you. Rick Ross selling about crack and he's just a great guy. Think about it. We're the only people that do that. We're uplifting something which is actively destroying us. And if you say something, oh, you coon, you know, you like the white man. We need
No,
to
you're a hater because you got money.
No, man, yeah, she should. These Glorilla and all that, Sexy Red, leave her alone. She's just expressing herself. Like, bro, like, what are you doing? No, what are you doing?
True. Okay,
Yeah,
still got more on that?
They are such as children, and they have none understanding.
They don't understand. You have to say that when someone is doing something which is self-destructive to themselves, obviously you don't have no understanding. Because why would you do that?
It's retarded. Literally, it's retarded.
It's foolish as hell, man. That dude, Chris Carbo, his every action led to his own death, man. Yeah. And it's like Jake don't want to point to the fact that, you know what, the most important thing is we don't want other of our sons growing up and following in his footsteps because they will meet the same fate. Because guess what? If it wasn't the Popo that got him down, even the man said it. One of the ops came on TikTok because as usual, you know, niggas do everything online. This is what I'm talking about. And he came out and he was like, oh man, like, yeah, we wanted to be the one to get him down, but the cops got him and that was deep, you know. And then you know that same Don that made that video about a month, 2 months later, they got him down. So it's like yo, like,
niggas, man. Dumb niggas, man. Good. Hope more of you get down.
They, you know, they went and because they're on a constant beat to get each other down.
Man, the time we're coming into, man, you niggas are gonna get wiped out anyway. When all hell breaks loose, Jacob Trouble, it says that men's gonna be like women, man. You so-called gang niggas, you're gonna be wailing in the streets like bitches in that time, man. You ain't gonna have to fight average people. You're gonna have to fight off martial law.
And then we've been telling you for years, the police are gonna have itchy trigger fingers. They watch your music videos too, and they're tired of dealing with you with these little silk gloves. They really want to just do some third world policing and clap your head over.
Like you mentioned in Nicaragua and how they went down on, you know, how they went to town on those guys. When it happens to you, you ain't gonna be able to do shit. You ain't trained in nothing.
Even in that movie, the Purge movie, they sent in Russian insurgents undercover as like normal people, but there was Russian insurgent, like military, and he set militias basically sent them into the ghetto to wipe out
because guess what, man? Like, you think they don't watch your videos? They sit there, you know, they got downtime, and you're like, hey mate, look at this, and they see you, man, on there, like, yeah, man, and what? And they're like, they can't believe it. Like, these men are actually mocking us. This is a mockery. Like, what kind of criminals are going online and openly like brandishing guns and singing about what they're doing? They're just thinking, listen, if I ever listen, give me the slight, as long as the paperwork can get written up, man's getting clapped.
Here's the thing, right?
You gotta get rid of man.
Like things like Jade Helm, you know, going on in the past, right? These governments, they do their analysis of different regions, right? They know where all the gangs are.
Yep.
Right? If OK can find you from a fucking Google picture, right? You still know exactly where the fuck you are, right? Right? And so when they come to roll out you, they know exactly how they're gonna fucking deal with you guys, man. They're planning for it. They're planning for it. And all it is waiting for that time for when they give them the order to go do that.
And they say that
because you think they ain't preparing for nothing.
They said they didn't know who was in the car because again, the way the police operate is they can't always tell you how they get intelligence. So they'll plead like, this is what we knew. Because they don't want to bring it out that actually the reason we know he was in the car is because we got a text message from his brethren Johnny who told us he's in the car. They're not gonna do that. That's all off the books. So to them it'll just be like, we knew the car and then because that is involved. But they knew who was in the car. Of course they know who was in the car.
Police, bro. Them man are so like professionals.
Bro, all it takes is for one of those 6-7 Donnies, to get scared of a life sentence, and they've got all the information they need.
One. Didn't they just arrest this other dude last night, Little Dirk, for murder?
Yeah. Because his mans were given intelligence. Yeah, that's how it works.
And because he's the leader, now he has to go down. OTF,
good for him.
He has to go down for the whole thing.
Good for him. He look like a transgender anyway.
Yeah, he does.
I was going to say,
He might be a transgender.
they are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge.
There you go. There you go. Them man are not doing no good. The gangs have done no good. The gangs have done no good for the so-called black community, so-called Hispanic community, and the Native American community. All the gangs have done is increase violence, right? Broken homes. All these gang members have got broken families. Their sons always end up going to prison just like they did.
Mark Duggan's son.
Yeah. And their daughters are always sluts, just like the mothers are, because gang members hang up fuck multiple sluts.
Yeah.
Baby mamas, that they always got bare baby mamas all over the place. They're in and out of jail. They're never there for their kids. This is just how it is. They're agents of fucking chaos.
Yeah.
They're not like the local. They're not the, like you might have a tribe and you got the men that stand up and they defend the this is not who they are. But they're not that. They're not the local protection. They're the villains.
Yeah.
They're the low life, the bandits,
Self-serving.
demons. All right. And when that guy came on the news and said London is safer with Chris Carver gone,
Right.
he was 100% correct.
Right.
Yeah.
He was 100% correct.
Now they should go get the rest of them.
Yeah.
That's true.
Esau's got a precedent. Apostle Gabar brought it out about that move group where they just dropped a bomb in the building, man. The cops just dropped a bomb in the building. Got rid of them. You know, and I don't even remember like they were.
If Israelis can do it,
Yeah, but that's what the Lord's gonna do.
Yeah.
2/3 of our people are gonna be bombed out. They're gonna be destroyed because you can't be entering in this. That's why the scripture says, "Separate yourselves from a forward and untoward generation, man."
Imagine
Because
that, though.
when we hear you niggas talking, it's like, yeah, we can't live with. I can't live with you.
Nah.
We shouldn't live in the same place.
Oh,
You should be put somewhere else to live and have your nasty little ghetto thing going on. And then
That's the next reality program. But put all these niggas on an island somewhere, man, and see what happens.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Them kill and maim each other.
I'll give someone an idea.
They can have all the twerking they want to do over there and abortions and whatever they're doing.
Okay. Niggas love the camera in it, man. They love that.
What's that Chinese thing they show on Netflix that came?
The Squid
Squid
Game.
Game.
Squid, yeah.
Well,
What about the Squid Game?
No, there's a better one. There's a better one. Old Korean movie, right? Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Battle Royale. You want to put them in a fucking place? Just
Yeah.
fucking over.
Oh shit. Jeremiah 5:26. For among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares. They set a trap. They catch men. As the
Yeah,
cave,
that's these guys. That's all they're about, man. They're uplifting themselves with robbery and stealing, drugs, whatever they got to do. Right.
Looking for the youths as well.
They're always looking to recruit the new youths, and they'll entrap the youths as well.
yeah.
Show you that in Top Boy.
Yeah.
Going to get all these.
Oh,
the
Solly,
Yeah.
Solly, man, he's the real top boy.
Going to recruit the
Like,
little youths. Little youths that are going to
The
school.
fact that they're much of a demon and a predator to come out to young children, man, just to fucking fuck them up and to bring them into that world, man.
Little kids trying to go to school and then he comes across to get niggas in the end. He's like, yeah,
Buy
come
man
here,
chicken and chips.
come here, I'll buy you chicken and chips. Take this.
Now you
from
owe me.
me. Yeah. And then after that, he's done. Like, don't you want to make money, fam? Don't you want to make money? The little kid's impressionable. Of course he wants to make money. He wants to buy the new trainers, the new Jordans and all that.
When people used to rob phones back in the day, that was a major thing. They used to have gangs that would bring kids to rob phones in schools. And then like loads
The
of
youngest.
So Black Lives Matter.
demons, man.
Now you're out here destroying lives, man.
Need to be
Niggas ain't trying to get no computer technicians or nothing like that. These are just, it's just mad, man. And they always got excuses.
Yeah.
Especially you niggas in London.
The opportunity.
You ain't got no opportunity. You get free schooling, bro, and a free
Bro,
library.
innit?
Go read a book, man. You hang around on the streets. That's what it is.
Look, man, we all grew up poor, innit? You know what I'm saying? We all
It's
grew up
proper
fucking
society.
poor.
That's the whole point.
You know what I mean? But choices matter.
Yeah.
Decisions matter.
But then you will blame Esau, which Esau has his hand. But at what point are you going to start saying to yourself, we know what Esau's doing, we know what the so-called white man's doing, now let's make a different choice?
How can we combat that?
Which goes back to the scriptures. Thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal.
How do we not fall prey to Esau's machinations?
Then have your own standard.
Exactly.
Live by your
Higher
own
order.
standard. And I don't mean that no snitching bullshit standard, because you should be snitching. Snitching is what should be done. If someone commits a murder, right, and you know who committed that murder,
Yeah.
that person should be brought to some form of justice. What the fuck is you talking about? Snitching is supposed to be is an integral part of any function in society because criminals should not be allowed to commit crime with impunity.
Get away with it, yeah.
But guess what, man? They push that in the music. No snitching. Don't talk to the police. Don't talk to the police. So who are you meant to talk to then? And then these people are living in neighborhoods suffering under the rulership of these demons.
Even back in the day, the money muling thing was a big thing as well. And the banks and the police knew everything that was going on, where people would scam man for like 10, 15 grand and throw it in a youth account and then make them go withdraw the money.
And threaten them and all that too.
147.
And if you lose the money, then they'll threaten man and try to get the money out of the parents.
Fuck up man's whole credit score, then you can't even get a job when you're come out. It says, as the cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxen rich. They are waxen fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Yeah. And a lot of like Robert was saying, a lot of these men that are household name gangsters, they're also informants. Yeah. That's why they're household names.
They can get away with doing that there.
Yeah, that's why they're so everyone knows that they're doing this and that. Yeah, and it's like, well, okay, shouldn't there be a unit that's just dedicated to them? It'd be easy work. Yeah, because a lot of these dudes are flipping informants. Like I said, there's more informants than there is police. That's why they don't need that many police, man. There's more informed. They got the informants. When these men are sitting down in the jail, they'll do a thing where it's like, I've got a meeting with my lawyer. It's a police detective. His job is to go in and recruit informants because it's easier for them.
Or probation officer or whatever.
Yeah, like, they just get them.
Just the officers.
Okay, you're gonna serve out another 2 years and then we'll let you out. Just because they don't want you people to know you snitched. They don't want people to know you're informant, so they'll make you.
No one wants to be a snitch.
So they'll make it look like yeah, but then when you come out, like
You have that popular story of Alpo Martinez in Harlem. He had 14 counts of murder, supposed to fight a 25-year sentence, and he snitched and then got let out. And
now
then
he's dead.
Now he's dead.
Well, these type of things have been the downfall of many groups.
And good.
Good. Many groups, man. So you think you're safe in your numbers, man? You're brothers, right? Man,
The whole Tekashi 6ix9ine situation.
Yeah.
When that happened, even though he's an idiot anyway, he ain't no real gangster. Like, he was pretending, but he was with actual gangs, bloods or whatever, and they was doing what they was doing. And he was just there, basically getting intel, feeding off the intel and giving it to the police.
Because they knew. In fact, the police had the intel that them man were going to kidnap and kill him. Yeah. So they came to him and like, this is what these men are going to do.
They bugged the car, they bugged their phones. So they had all this intelligence.
And he comes state
And
with
then when it was time, they was like, fuck it, we're just going to arrest all of them. Now, Shotty, all these other niggas in jail.
where they belong. Yeah, where they belong. And then the niggas would be like, free Shotty. Yeah. Listen, man, don't free none of them niggas.
What's them niggas? They committed adultery with his wife, his girl at the time. They slept with his wife, that brother was saying. And that's when it basically he started,
And it's true. Listen, we all know in the end, when the major crime committers would put down Centre Feltham, the end got nice and quiet. I can just go play football. It was blessed. Yeah, it's true, man. When these dudes, and then when they all start coming out, boy, they come out and then it's just everything just goes back to madness again. I'm a lying though. I'm a lying. It's true.
They just released a couple hundred.
Oh man, so you know that the ops are gonna be looking for them now because they couldn't touch man in jail.
So some of the men were coming out in Bentleys and Lamborghinis and shit.
And then we do that as well. They'll pull up in a Rolls Royce to pick up their boy from jail and start pouring.
You already know it's still fucking dodgy as fuck, man.
Back to the roads again.
80% reoffending rate. That is coming out.
I held your money down.
You ain't gonna go get a 9 to 5. The only thing you can do is go back to the roads.
You don't know
sign on.
9 to 5.
Go and get the welfare check. Sign on.
Mad. He like a dangerous life, man. Let me just finish this off quick. This is back in Isaiah 59, verse 7. Their feet run to evil, and they make haste to shed innocent blood. Their thoughts are thoughts of iniquity. Wasting and destruction are in their paths. The way of peace they know not, and there is no judgment in their doings. They have made them crooked paths. Whosoever goeth therein shall not know peace.
Yeah, there's no judgment in their doing, meaning they don't go by the law, statutes, and commandments of the Heavenly Father. They're not men of honor.
Yeah.
They're just going by their own lusts.
So they want no peace. They can get no peace. They don't want no peace. Like.
Yeah. You ain't gonna get no peace with these dudes, man. So get Isaiah 58:1. That's why we come out here and we're against. We have to criticize our people. We're not here to just
Hold them accountable.
blow smoke up Jake's ass and tell them everything's great. And no, we have to say, listen, you ain't right, man.
That's it.
We get on the women, it ain't right. We get on the men, you ain't right. You need to fix up, because if you don't, the same thing that happened to Chris Carver, he's now in the spirit world and he's all right.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen to the rest of you, man.
Straight. With the women as well, the women get gassed off with what the men are doing. Like the women, black women act like straight up men. Whenever I'm in Central London working, you see these women outside of the club ready to fight men, like putting up the front like they're gonna try and.
It's ghettoism, man.
They're gonna get put in their place. You know.
Bro,
And it's like when Howard Shire was on the scene, man. He wasn't saying, "Oh yeah, you know, Jake's fine as they are." You know, yeah, we'll all just embrace you.
But he
But then
said,
because
love
Jake
that
like, yeah, exactly. And they don't know how to fucking do that. They're not doing that, right? Howard Shire told you to repent because the ways you're acting is not right, man.
When Jake first come to the UK, Jake had to be together, man. Yeah. Benjamin and that were together.
Rush and all that.
Because like we said, Esau was chasing them down in the streets and busting their heads, and you had Jake that had to come together and fight back. Now the children of them are just killing each other and fighting each other and robbing each other, and it's like, no, what's going on here?
It used to be
You're supposed to be, as a so-called black man, supposed to go anywhere among your people without a threat.
right. There used to be
How sad is that? I mean, so lucky, but how sad is that? Yeah, that you're probably safer going Edomite ends.
it's the suburbs.
Even though the Edomites don't like you, you probably be safer rolling through Edomite ends than going through another ends of some next Jake.
You know, you could think that you better get out of here, boy. At least they give you a warning.
But that in the UK, that's not even gonna happen.
Exactly.
It's the reality. You go to some little town somewhere, the man are not gonna be attacking you. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, man.
Isaiah 58. Isaiah 58:1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
Yeah, is Esau the devil? Yes. Does Esau have a hand in all of this madness? Yes. Is Esau the oppressor? Yes. But that doesn't excuse Jake and your own bad behavior. When you make choices to do certain things, you also have to have accountability. There must be an accountability. Chris Carver must be held responsible, and he was. You must be held responsible for his choices and his actions, and stop acting like that didn't lead to his end. Because he wasn't just some youth going to college, some brer going to college or just going to work, minding his business, and Esau came and clapped his head off. That's what they're trying to make it look like. No. He was a menace to society, and he wound up in a situation by virtue of that.
Goes in saying that now Esau has achieved another purpose. He's had all of these Jakes defending this guy.
And
But
now if Esau goes and claps some Jake innocently, then he could be like, well, they're just chatting shit again. Because it's like, you lost your weight. You died on the wrong hill. You died on the wrong hill. There was no need to die. And the worst thing about it is, if Chris Carver had got his head bust by another op, no one would even be talking about it.
Yeah, no. Oh, just another.
No, it would have just been another.
If the op come and put 20 bullets in his face,
Nothing.
with his hands out saying, please don't. They might be like, raw, that man got man. And then that was it.
And then the man won't want to snitch.
In South London, in that same area, there was like some gang shootings where they mistakenly shot a girl. No one was upset. Like the girl died and everything. So a young black woman, nobody gave a fuck.
That's what that activist, she got shot in the head in a party and everyone's quiet about that. She's still in the hospital, isn't it? With her head bust in a coma.
Nobody has shit to say.
Let me just read this real quick. It says the Hebrew word for kaba is a primitive root that means to expire.
Yeah, man.
I just had to look at it. Spirit was like, look, man, let's look at the word kaba real quick.
But he ain't the only one. We're singling him out, but get Luke the 3rd chapter.
Right, it means it says to expire
is it 3rd?
or to extinguish. He got extinguished, man.
Yeah.
Short-lived.
To go out.
He went out to quench. So the Lord had a spirit on that guy from
Luke
the day of
13.
his birth, that he was going to have a short lifespan, man. And if you read Job 14:1, it tells you that a man that is born of a woman is of a short life.
Yeah, Luke 13.
And that's what's going to happen when you choose a lifestyle like that.
Everyone knows.
So it was a Norman Omen he was gonna get taken out anyway.
Ain't you seen Paid in Full?
Yeah.
Niggas, no, you chose, and that's the worst thing about you, Jake. Here, it's not like you could be fooled now. If you're being fooled now, then you are a true fool. Like when something first comes out, it's like crack, right? A lot of men when crack first come out didn't know what it was. You know what I mean? They were snorting cocaine and somebody said, try this.
Didn't know the result.
They didn't know that shit was going to take your soul. Now, 30, 40 years later, there's like movies on it. They're like, bro, you're like, come on. If you go and willingly take some crack, you had something wrong with you.
It's never
Maybe
ended.
you got abused or something.
And it's never ended well.
Yeah, like you know what the results are. If you're getting involved in gangs today in 2024, there's been 30 years of that whole thing happening where for you to know, yeah, ain't nobody really got out of that. So maybe that's not a fucking good idea, isn't it? Very true. But you got to be stupid to do something that other people have done repeatedly, like and failed.
Hey, but these fucking simple ass coons, man, they were talking about, oh yeah, but you know, we don't know how it could have grown up to be. It could have been a doctor, this, that. If that's what it, you got to choose those things, right? You got to go after those things. Right? He was never going to do none of that shit because he woke up and chose violence.
I don't think his brother or
He didn't
cousin,
choose.
his cousin said he converted to Islam a
They
year
don't
ago.
mean shit. These niggas that go into religion don't mean fucking shit, man.
Got to do with anything. He
Islam,
went
don't mean
Christian
shit.
to Islam. Like, what that got to do with it?
You're still a fucking dumb ass nigga, man. You ain't never changed.
What's that, man?
So these people are never going to be more than what they chose they chose to be.
But
You
even
know?
Styles P had that lyric, man. They pray to Allah, but they still moving the heroin bundles. What is that all about?
They call it the gangster Quran and all that.
These fucking idiots, man. And let me just read this quickly. It's Isaiah.
Quran.
This is Isaiah 7 verse 14. Therefore the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son and shall call his name Emmanuel. Butter and honey shall we eat, that he may know to refuse evil and choose good. That is what we're supposed to be doing. Just like Yahweh Shai, he refused evil and chose the good. You know that lifestyle you're going for, you know the results of that, man. And you know that's evil. But because you see money involved, you see the fucking jewelry and that kind of the bitches, you think, oh, you know, I want a bit of that. And going this route, he's not going to get me that. So you choose the evil, the past life, right? You choose the evil, right? And expect no evil to come to you, man. But you know that's exactly what happens. You didn't choose good. You chose evil, man.
As they say, man, anything that comes quickly is never good for you.
And he loved it. Because you wouldn't, if you didn't love it, wouldn't be making music about it. These guys, they fall in love with the infamy. They fall in love with the infamy and the power and the status they get in the ends from being like that. Yeah, like everyone's scared of me. That's what they fall in love with. And they love it. That's why they can't leave it. That's why a lot of them can't leave it, because they don't want to go. They don't want to be a normal person walking down the street that it's just that, okay.
No one rates.
Yeah, they want to be that guy. Like, oh yeah, man, it's so and so. Yeah, they want all the glamour, the glitz.
Street cred.
Well, guess what, man? He's real.
Comes with a heavy price.
I got that. Let me read this piece that I had before. Job 14:1 says, "Man that is born of a woman is a few days and full of trouble. He cometh forth like a flower and is cut down. He fleeth as a shadow and continueth not." That's Chris Carver, man. Yeah, that is in his name, man. His name means to be cut short, cut down, to be quenched, man. So that's what to expire.
But by now, if our people were anything at all, then that shows you we're a destroyed and broken people. Man would have already said enough is enough. You wouldn't need Esau to be the one to say we need to stop this violence and we need to do this. No, you would do it. You would say no. Enough is enough. This whole situation here with the gangsterism and all that stuff, we need to get together and stop that immediately. No, you're not gonna do that.
Which means just on all these motherfuckers.
So guess what now? The Lord is gonna fix it. But the way he's gonna fix it is gonna be even more brutal than what Esau's thinking about.
Well, quick bit of info on the crack epidemic.
Yeah.
So this is from Britannica.com. The crack epidemic, the significant increase in the use of crack cocaine, started in the United States during the early 1980s. Crack cocaine was popularized because of its affordability, its immediate euphoric effect, and high profitability. Go to the point. Crack cocaine in African American communities. The initiation of crack cocaine into socially eroded communities took place during President Reagan's term in office.
Yeah, the war on drugs.
Yeah,
that's why it was all propaganda. It was all
And then wait, can I say this?
Yeah.
It was Esau killed two birds with one stone, because not only does the crack, as it's probably gonna say, totally destabilize a community. When a community destabilized, it means they're more vulnerable. You're easier now to control. You're easier now to manipulate because you don't have good, strong, functional families anymore because you're all broken up. So now you can get the sexy reds and then it just becomes worse because you can manipulate them from so many different ways, right? But they could use the money they were making because the money really, when you get to the top, goes back to the government. It goes back to the CIA, MI6, and then they could take that money and it's black money that they can use on covert operations. Yeah, and it's untraceable because it really can't. It's not on the books. It's drug money. So the CIA who had the Contra, they were using the money from the drugs to fund the Contra. Right now, you know what I found out? The Jamaican crack wars, when them yardies came over, and then they started. That's where all the risk goes back to, the crack wars. The yardies came over and they started they had these gangs of yardies that were in London doing drive-by shootings and shooting people up over the crack. It was a continuation of a gang war that was already happening in Jamaica between the political parties. So the gangs in Jamaica are all linked in with politics, with politicians. Now, what they found out is that they were using the money that they were making from the drugs in London to fund Siaga, which is one of them white politicians that's in Jamaica. So peep it out. They were here destroying the fucking black community in London, but who was really benefiting from it in the end? The white politician back in Jamaica. That's insane, right?
That's how they do it. I was going to give an example. There used to be a club across the road from my house, Club Lex, famous Jamaican yardie club. That all the yardies used to go there every Sunday. Every Sunday there'd be a bad rave. By Monday morning, yellow tape on the road, bro. Every Sunday, bro. They'll send yardie man to go wipe someone out. And it's probably because of the crack situation. Yeah. They'll send them yardie. You know, them yardies love traveling to London to go wipe someone out, bro. Duffy someone. Bare duffies, bro. Every Sunday, bro. Someone's getting duffy. That club, they had to lock that club down as a co-op. Yeah. You know, they had to change the whole. That's a co-op. That place had a wicked vibe.
Yeah, the worst thing to me is a black club owner, man. It's just that. Just open up a club for white boys. Yeah. The worst you're gonna get is some cocaine and a few fights here and there. Yeah. But you know, hangovers, and that's it. Like and play a certain type of music. Don't start letting niggas go up in the club now. Niggas is turning up, and you know the gang members. They don't want to stay at home. They want to turn up as well. They run into each other. And you know, them niggas is ready to kill, man.
It's like the club thing. You see people there party. That's why you don't want to go to no clubs. You the average person going into a club, want to get your drink. You got niggas in the club with guns, busting shots in the club. Like, why didn't you wait until you got outside to kill the niggas, do what you do? Why are you busting shots in the club where people are just, you know, doing their own thing?
They don't care about nobody.
That's what I'm saying.
Then when they put the shots down, they complain they got nowhere to go.
In the club, everyone's just there doing their own thing. And bare gunshots are going off. Like, what's going on, man?
And that music has a lot of demons on it. And I listen to, right? Because that's one of the things they do in like 7-Elevens in the States. Is they'll play classical music because that makes all of the gremlins go away. And I've actually, which I've witnessed that.
You have to hit the heart.
I witnessed it, and I was with some family. I wasn't eating. They were getting some McDonald's in Brixton late at night, right? And then they started playing the classical music, and the actual volume of the whole store just went down. Everyone. It was actually really interesting to witness. It was rowdy before, and then it just
J kind of hype, you know. So them are rowdy and shit.
It's war music. Yeah. It's either war music or fucking music. One of the two. That's what makes it.
So it says the initiation of crack cocaine into socially eroded communities took place during President Reagan's term in office, when there was a structural shift in huge manufacturing industries to move outside the cities. I'll go to the main points. It says here, many small-time drug dealers worked independently and outside of the control of organizations like the Medellin cartel. The rewards outweighed the risk. A small-time drug dealer who sold crack daily earned a median net income of $2,000 a month. The increase of demand for crack cocaine caused intense competition between drug dealers.
Yeah, they started killing each other for the competition. Because of course you would, right?
So the reward outweighed the risk, but then that doesn't include getting ripped down, bro. Because you're getting money quick, man. That don't mean that's how it's gonna end.
Making a lot.
That money, you didn't take that money with you, man. You dead.
That's why the scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. Which Jake, as a whole, is addicted to money, man. They're
Yeah.
addicted to the status,
Yeah.
and they don't care how they get it.
Yeah.
And this is the issue. When you don't care how you're making your money, and you tolerate people with their self-destructive ideologies, then Esau could pump you full of any bullshit. Because all Esau needs to do is make something profitable, and you Jakes will do it. Hey, if they start allowing niggas to do abortions out of their house, everyone would be killing each other to do abortions out of the damn house. As long as it made you money, no one would care. Kill all the damn babies. Well, I made $1 million. I got $1 million. You know, I got to the bag. Niggas is too obsessed with the bag.
Crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
Jake really just love
And
money.
then someone said, "Where's the Rolex?" The guys are asking online because there was a picture with
Oh yeah,
Chris
where's
Carver with a
Rolex?
Rolex, and they're asking where the Rolex is. Nigga, where did he?
took that,
Let
man.
me ask you a question. Where did he get a Rolex from?
Can't afford that. Never had no 9 to 5.
How did he get a Rolex? You dumb niggas,
Police
man.
probably
about-
took it, man. Police.
And we don't care where the Rolex
Innit,
is.
man? Gives a shit.
Oh, the police stole it. Yeah, well, them
So?
men's got pensions, haven't they?
You gotta get something for their money.
You can't,
innit?
you can't, he can't be complaining about ill-gotten gains, man.
Yeah, don't get
No,
twisted.
man.
The police is corrupt as hell, man.
They're the biggest gang.
They've been doing madness, man.
They're
But
the biggest gang, man.
well, on that though,
Yeah.
you probably stole that watch from someone else.
Innit?
Oh no, you got the book for that?
The increase in demand for crack cocaine caused intense competition between drug dealers as they fought to profit from the same customers. Consequently, violence became linked to crack cocaine as these small-time drug dealers defended their economic boundaries. The emergence of crack cocaine in inner cities led to a drastic increase in crime between 1981 to 86. Federal prison admission for drug
So who was a bigger menace to these communities? The police or these gangs? Traumatizing the children. A child ain't supposed to grow up in an area and see dead bodies and people getting killed and gunshots popping off.
Out,
That alone traumatizes a child.
Yeah.
Which leaves them bedwetting and all kind of psychological issues for the rest of their life. Most people that grow up here in a black neighborhood really have fucking some form of PTSD or some kind of trauma because they grow up just seeing madness. That the kids in the suburbs don't see. That's why they grow up as functional human beings. And then they'll laugh at, man, oh, see, this is the thing. Like, if you're a so-called black man and you grow up in the suburbs, they'll actually make it look like you're lesser. You are lesser of a person because of that. No, that Jake that grew up in that environment is a better person. They're actually less damaged. You are damaged. That's why you got 50 tattoos on your face. That's why you can't hold down a relationship because of all the bullshit you had to go through. That you are now proliferating as cool and now destroying the generation underneath you. It's like a cycle. You're not supposed to grow up like that. Running from gunshots and all that. Like, it's not normal. It's not how you're supposed to be. It messes your mind up.
You're scared to leave your house at a certain time. All that shit.
Says here, governmental efforts to address the epidemic. The administration of President Reagan early on began to prioritize what came to be called the war on drugs.
Yeah, which the war on drugs was another way of taking these so-called black men off the streets because they were arresting the users, right? Instead of
Not really the
dealing with the supply issue that was happening and educating the people properly, like.
And then that in turn pumped up the prison system because that's another business.
Yep.
That they run.
That's what they wanted to do. They were really arresting the users. You know what I'm saying?
Which combated drug trafficking and aimed to end the cocaine epidemic, destroying many lives. Their efforts including the passing of federal anti-drug laws, increased federal anti-drug trafficking, the initiation of an expansion of prison and police programs, and the establishment of private organizations such as Drug Free America to campaign on its behalf. The idea of the war on drugs was grounded in the deterrence theory, whereby implementation of legislation and harsher penalties.
But why does Esau need to tell you to not sell crack cocaine to your own people? Why does this is what I'm saying, like, why does he need to come in and, I'm going to stop you from selling crack to your cousin? Like, what? This is what I'm saying. Look, fuck Esau. Let's leave the white man out of it, yeah? You, Jake, should already know that that's something that you just shouldn't be doing. Man should have some kind of thing like, nah, man, you know what I mean? Like, we could do something else. Like, this is crazy.
It says, the war on drugs focused on small-time drug dealers who were generally poor young black males from inner cities. Ultimately, the prison population doubled due to the arrest of drug dealers and their customers. 1 in every 4 African American males aged between 20 to 29 was either incarcerated or on probation by
That's crazy.
1989.
That's crazy. 25%.
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah, it's mad. Which contributed to the United States having the highest incarceration rate in the world.
Yeah, that's why America's just a big prison camp for Jake, man.
That's insane.
Jake always getting locked up in prison, man.
Yeah.
Always been put in the system.
You know what this is like, right? Because obviously Jake got demonized for that. They were in prison. The white man, he's doing the same shit, but he do it up in penthousing. You ain't seeing him, right? But it's like the financial markets. You all know that the traders, that do a little trading here and there. They're making a little money or doing a little thing and that. But who really moves the market? He's fucking Wales, right? He's a fucking elite globalist.
Big shots and all that.
These bankers and all that. They're the ones really pushing the shit. Right? It's those that are really controlling the drugs and all these different systems. They're the one controlling that.
So don't play the game.
Because you're gonna get fucked at some point.
Don't
that's
even
what
play
happens.
the game. Don't play the game. The best thing that man could have done was leave Esau and his drugs alone. Even though there was money to be made, find another way to make money. Money ain't everything, man.
As
what I'm saying.
the men at the top are the most corrupt, but they don't get done. Because they running that.
Listen, a lot of them Jakes that they destroyed had good jobs. They had good jobs. They were educated. Like Fire Allah always brings it out. A lot of these dudes were top musicians, engineers, all sorts, right? And crack destroyed all that. It destroyed all that. You know what I mean? But them man obviously ended up losing their jobs and all that, and then their children obviously fucked. It's just
Deadbeat dad.
anyway. You got Luke 13. What you got? You got something else?
Yeah, just so you go Habakkuk 2 and 16. Thou art, I mean 15. Hey, woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayst look on their nakedness.
Yeah, you created all these damn crackheads. And then you got a whole music industry where the main thing that they're pushing out is the gangs and the drugs.
The generosity.
They're the like T.I., Rick Ross, Jay-Z. You had a whole generation of rappers that all they were doing was talking about selling drugs and gangs and shooting niggas, man.
How to make the American dream, so to speak.
And then as the youth are watching that, they're thinking it's cool. It's glamorous because they purposely dressed these dudes up with money and they gave them all the women. So this is what.
But not well.
Bro, that guy,
But it's in certain cases, right? None of these men, although they rap about doing this and do that, they don't ever get. Police don't ever fucking lock them up.
And if they
And
do,
then-
that gave them even more
they're not
legitimacy.
really about that life.
That's the funny thing.
They're
If
not
they
really
did,
about
that
that
was even better. Because then now he's legitimate. Oh yes, he went in for, and now because he's come out, and it's just like,
That's funny.
this is insane, man.
Because that guy Rick Ross, the fake
Yeah,
one,
he's a fake one.
he
yeah,
was the CEO. He was actually a correctional officer in the prison system. Then all of a sudden he's this big time drug dealer out of nowhere selling tons of drugs. Rick Ross who stole another man's name. So it's all fraudulent, man. It's not even a real, like most of these rappers and all that, they don't even live the life that they're talking about.
Yeah.
It's all fake. Even other rappers are coming out saying, "I made up them rhymes. That shit wasn't real." It's all fake, man.
Because
So
they've been told to rap about that type of
yeah,
shit.
they're paid to tell you lies.
Small
man.
hats, small hats there.
and it's because of that why people like Chris Carver, it's easy for them to now
Get
manipulate
manipulated.
and then be like, oh, he's innocent, he's a good guy, and because they listen to the music and it's always fuck the police, fuck the police, fuck the police, which we're not with the police, but at the same time, fuck these niggas too.
Yeah, man.
All of them, all of these gang dudes,
They're all
man.
enemies, man.
What do you need them for? I know you need doctors, you know what I mean? You need fucking electricians, you need carpenters. What do you need a fucking gang member for?
Nothing.
I said, they're not here for your protection.
They're not there for your protection. No, they're not.
You protect them from them.
Bro, one lockdown from that up.
Yeah.
So it says here, since approximately 80% of crack users were African American, mandatory.
Look at that, 80%. So when they're watching this Franklin Saint stuff, and it's still to this day, people in the comment board just worshiping this dude, man.
Yeah.
Which he was based upon Rick Ross,
Yeah, the real Rick Ross.
the real Rick Ross, because he was the one. It was like,
And he said he was the devil.
And then yeah, and it just all their glamour, all they're thinking about is, yeah, man, he's running a gang. You know,
Yeah.
he was a real one. You know what I mean? You know, and he made all that money, and man, he didn't get the money, and his mom was in the wrong. His mom did the right thing.
Yeah, man.
His mom did the right thing.
Mom should have really killed him as well, man.
Yeah, he did the right thing because he was turning into a demon.
Man, he would have got stoned in the ancient world,
He
man.
need to and cut the money off there and then.
And another thing, man, all this street code shit, man, that shit needs to stop. All this street code, can't snitch, and you got to ride or die. When your man's in jail, you ain't coming to visit them. None of that shit. All this street code shit is fake, man.
Popping his woman.
You niggas need to stop all this street code. There's no street code, man. That's a fake bravado of a brotherhood that don't exist, man.
Yeah, free this.
There's no
Man
honor
go
amongst
inside and they're
thieves,
talking
man.
about free this.
Yeah,
Man,
free this, free
man's
this.
inside losing his mind on spice.
And you're probably the one that put him in jail. Snitched him, got him in this situation, set him up so he can get taken out, so you can take his seat on the streets. You niggas is like you niggas is like there's no honor amongst thieves, man. You niggas is gremlins for real.
But they like to snitch on the ops too.
Yeah,
That's a common thing. They can get the different gangs to snitch on each other.
because like you said, it's all about craving power. Jake Love, like even like power's a good thing, but not in corruption.
Yeah.
You get niggas crave power to corrupt, like
No,
take
but
over your
what
own
do they
people.
use the power for? What
To
can they
abuse your
use
own
the
people.
power for?
Nothing.
Can they use the power to lower our rents? Can they use the power to get Esau to stop taxing the fuck out of my fucking my paycheck?
No, never.
What power do these? Let me ask you, what is it that these gangs can actually do for you in your actual everyday life that actually helps you to raise your children? Can they make any effect on the education system? Can they make it like what is it that they can do? Can they get me an appointment on the NHS?
Yeah, I get a discount.
They can't really. When you
They
really
can't do
think
shit.
about it, the reality of life, they really are useless.
And they always have the scene where they say like, "See all this, you own all of this." Like, you know, you don't own shit, man. You don't own shit because you're
And if
spending
you
on
did,
one little
you would
corner.
probably raise the rent up crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Fucking
Oh, shit,
oppressors.
man.
They'll be oppressors, man.
So it says here, since 80% of crack users were African American, mandatory minimums led to an unequal increase of incarceration
Hey,
rates.
let me say this: when you owe Esau some money, you could at least declare bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you owe you
Yeah.
tick something from Esau. Yeah, you can't pay it back. Yeah, Esau might just declare bankruptcy. Esau will come take your shit. Yeah, but you'll be all right. Owe these niggas something.
So,
Big. Oh, big.
Owe these niggas something, man. You know.
and then some of them will come through the ghettos and extort shop owners and all that.
And it could be minor, like you could owe a nigga like £300, like
Yeah,
and that'll be your ass, yeah. But you could owe Esau like 20 grand, like it's all good. Like you just you go on a debt repayment plan.
yeah.
Just hold it
Pay
down.
£3 a month.
Send the bailiff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Send the bailiffs and all
These
that.
niggas is worse than Esau, man. They're the devil, man.
Yeah.
Wasn't that Jake the other day? Like one boy owed him like £3 or something, and it ended up murdering him or something.
Yeah.
They were recently like there was.
I hate that.
Like,
Yo, Jake,
Niggas is grimy,
you
man.
can't owe Jake. That's why these man getting themselves into trouble, man.
Grimy.
They get even if they get robbed, like there ain't no insurance on your product, and they don't care that you got robbed. Man, you still got to pay, man. Yeah.
Can I read something quick?
Yeah, go on.
For
So
Isaiah,
what's the benefits of that? Listen, I'd rather work. Esau's the devil.
Yeah.
I'd rather go work for Esau than work for these.
hey, well, the scripture does say, man, they surpass the deeds of the wicked. These niggas are on a whole different fucking level.
Don't even start talking about the cartels and that, man. Then it starts getting gruesome.
Filet.
It starts getting gruesome, man. Head removals and
Shish
that.
kebabbing you, man. Like, you know.
Over nothing, bro.
That's when it starts getting even worse, man. You start going to that the South and Central America. That's when the whole gang thing becomes
It's just
gruesome.
inhumane, bro.
Just buy a plane ticket, man, and leave.
Just a priest that bro is going into the prison system, right? It's Isaiah 42 verse 22. But this is a people robbed and spoiled, right? Esau spoiled that people, man, put us on the fucking drugs and shit, and then they gave him reason to fucking put us in prison and shit, right? Because they're the ones making the laws, right? So they are all of them snared in holes, and they are hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore.
And that's what you don't realize. Like while you're being this criminal, thinking you're being a rebel against the system, you're actually helping the system to weaken your own people so that you can be a prey. This is the thing that Jay don't understand because you are now agents of chaos in your own community. Now all you got is a bunch of single parent homes with a bunch of prostitutes and whores and bugged out niggas and gay niggas, and it's all messed up. How are you then thinking that you could go up against a system that's organized against you? Because you niggas can't. Once you're all messed up and destroyed, what can you organize to do? That's why Jake can't organize to do anything.
Why you got no power?
Because you're a big ball of chaos. You're splintered up. You can't even organize. Listen, them Marley man,
You're a carnival, man.
them Marley man. The one thing about them Marley man is they stick together.
Yeah.
All of them. Jake, you can't even do the gang thing right. All of Jake's gangs are small.
Yeah.
There's just lots of them. Jake don't really have no real organized crime where it's just like it's
Running
proper
things,
organized. Like every gang in London is linked together. They got an order and they're running. They're controlling something.
Yeah.
No, like it's just loads of little. This man over here, like little
Well,
tiny
yeah.
little block these man, and then
Estate,
over here these little
Estates are good.
Yeah.
Estates are good.
You're just broken up and destroyed. Even doing that, you can't get it right. You just destroyed, man.
Not like the Turkish. Turkish got whole strips of
But they got
fucking
shops
shops and they're all linked up, man. One
Yeah.
gets in trouble, they all come
And they'll
together.
be linked up with the other Turkish man over there. So they're
Yeah,
all
other,
linked up.
other boroughs as well.
The Albanians are like that too. They're linked. The whole thing is linked. You man are not all linked. You just all chaotic and destroyed, and that makes it easy for Esau to do whatever he wants, man. To infiltrate and feed you any bullshit. Because no one ain't even concerned with what's happening with the kids in school. Kids will go to school. When I go into the schools, right? They'll have like a consultation on something like LGBT or something like that. They're gonna introduce a new teaching program, and they're choosing. They might have one program and two programs. Choose, and they'll invite the parents in. Man, only the Asians come in. I went to one, and I'm sitting there, and the woman's going through this, saying this is what we're gonna be teaching them, and da 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 da. It was me and a few bunch of Asian women in there. They were no niggas. You know why? Because niggas are not concerned with real shit. They're too busy.
Yep.
Doing bullshit and showing up. Even all these gangster niggas, man. Don't ask them about their kids. They don't know nothing about them.
Apart from when it's Instagram time.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about them.
Yeah,
These people are dysfunctional individuals. And they breed dysfunction. And they spread dysfunction. Their music is dysfunctional. Jake's music isn't concerned about nothing real life. It's all fluff and lust and folly. So then Esau could come in and do anything. He could introduce anything, and no one even knows how it works or what it's all about. But if you got a functional people, as soon as Esau tries to bring something, and like, wait, what's this? All right, we need to get a committee together. Like, no, we need to do a consultation. Like, you always go into that. Esau could plan to burn your whole neighborhood, man, and they would say, well, we did a consultation. Like,
no one came.
You weren't there.
you don't want that. Why? Because man was on the block or on Instagram talking about bullshit. Just children, childlike, infantile, dysfunctional people. And a lot of it goes back to niggas like Chris Carbar and the influence they have.
That's why whenever you go to Jake neighborhood, the parking's always late, man. Like we're like, around here, it's like what, 2 hours maybe during the week, whereas in Jake, but that's because these guys are like, nah. They'll go to the meeting because of one thing, the council has to hold the consultation, and then they're gonna be like, nah, we ain't down with that.
You know, Hackney's like that. Stamford Hill, of course, is the only place that has like good parking. Conveniently. Everywhere else in Hackney,
Who's predominantly in the
They're on there. They know how. But in order to have your shit tight, it begins with functional families. Functional families, good families. That have links together, that are working together and understand each other and care about each other. It's true. But Jake don't realize none of that, man, and it just forwarded everything that destroys them.
Yeah, like in the area we're in now, this is like considered like a suburb kind of area. This is Esau's area, man. Esau ain't got, you don't see no crime and all that in these type of areas. See these man there in the park playing football, saying a little thing, then they go home, chill out. If you go to the end, the ends, the ghetto, they call the ends.
Yeah.
You can't stay there for too long.
That's it.
You have to keep turning around, watching your back every corner. You get me? You're gonna hear someone screaming or something going down. You know, some type of folly as well. And there's a bunch of niggas everywhere. you go, every corner there's niggas there.
I think uneasy all the damn time.
Yeah.
You know how it's gonna get dark. Remember when we first came here, and then it will be dark, and you be having like little Edom out.
Yeah, even when it's dark, it's calm.
You know, because that means they feel safe.
Yeah.
You know, certain ends, but I ain't walk.
Can't-
I'll take the long way around, man.
Don't even feel protected around your own people.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on.
Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children.
Right, so it all goes back to the law. That's why the laws are important, because all these things help with functionality. Really, the highest of standard and functionality of a people goes back to the keeping of the laws, statutes, and commandments. Man. It makes you of a higher etiquette.
Yeah.
It makes you high class. If you want to be a high class people, it really goes back to the laws and how you treat each other and how you operate. It brings functionality. It brings back order. Jake, there's no order. And it's showing you it used to be different. When you had the situation with the special schools, what they were doing in the UK, they got these IQ tests from America, which the IQ tests were always designed that Jake would fail. So, for instance, Jake will come from the West Indies here. In West Indies, we call a tap a pipe. It's just a difference in language. It's the same thing with Jake in America. They had a difference in language.
Yeah.
Jake had the Ebonics type thing. So they'll ask, put a IQ test, and it will be like, what is this? And the guy would say a pipe, and the answer should be tap. So obviously they was failing the test. So they'll use the failure of the test to say this person has a below average IQ. He needs to go to a special school. Now again, language. In the West Indies, if you go into a special school, that's a good thing. Oh, that means you're special. When you tell someone they're special, that's like, oh, he's a special kid. That's like, oh, he's brilliant, he's smart. So when they were going to these parents and telling them they're gonna put their kid in a special school, they were like, yeah, but they were actually putting the child into a school with, just retard people, yeah. And there was there's a whole documentary. There's a whole bunch of Jake that were just being placed in these schools. They didn't belong there. And it weren't until it was an actual Jake that was a teacher himself, was working in these schools, and he started spotting all these West Indian kids in the school, and he was like, come here. And he started asking them questions, and then he realized that there's nothing wrong with this kid. So why is he here? Right? And then he linked in, did a report. Then he linked in with a black book. He wrote a book. And what they did was, because Jake had functionality, you had a community in Birmingham, a community in Manchester, all these communities, they were able to decipher this book and literally educated all of the Jake in the UK about what was happening. Right? So then they came together and started fighting the IQ test and the government and the kids being put into these schools. And this is after it's been happening for like 10 years or something. So you got a whole bunch of Jake that's like older than us, that their whole life was affected from being in the school. They were being held back, right? Now, they actually organized Saturday schools. So while they were fixing it, they were taking the kids out of the schools and actually taking them and other schools and giving actual education on the weekend. You think that would happen now? No, because who's running the black community? But there ain't no black community, and it's just rappers and lippy lip shop and these dudes. Whereas back then you had actual Jake with
activists, community workers, and all
with
that.
real sense, man. That's who would be running things. Now it's all the go-to is all these young niggas, man. You know what I mean? Just wicked entertainers and that.
Influencers.
So if that was happening today, which these things are happening, there's no one really to fight against it no more. How would you even get that to Birmingham? There ain't really no connection like that no more. There ain't even connection like that in London. No one would really care. And that just shows you that they knew we had to destroy these niggas, man. These niggas are still a bit too. And it was a patriarchy because the men were involved. The men were standing up and saying, yo, we need to take care of our kids. We need to make sure they get an education. Now they only roll these men out when a gangster gets shot. You know what I mean?
That's why the older generation, their thing, or even our parents, even though it was like a headache, but they used to harp onto you, education. Because that's what it's about. You
Now
need
it's
to move on.
twerking,
Now it's twerking and
make money,
influencing
get
and-
money.
Yeah, as fast as possible. But back then, our parents and all our grandparents had some form of some etiquette, man. Some etiquette and some form of,
Moral standard.
discipline, man. You know what I'm saying? Some discipline that was
Yeah, but this
put down
this
to your
this
children. and that.
entertainment industry, which is one of the main things, came in with this counter culture and just took the youth, man.
Yeah, it's done.
This counter culture just took the youth, man. Because your grandparents didn't believe in that culture.
Yeah.
Where did it come from? It came from the media. It's an outside thing.
Yeah,
And it just,
yeah.
yeah, go on, man.
Lamentation 4 verse 1. How has the gold become dim?
Mm.
How is the most fine gold changed? The stones of the sanctuary are poured out in the top of every street. The precious sons of Zion, comparable to fine gold, how are they esteemed as earthen pitchers, the work of the hands of the potter?
Done.
Yeah, that's our people. This ghetto thing that Jake is so proud of is bullshit. Because we're supposed to be the aristocracy.
Yep.
We're supposed to be. That's why when a Jake, the thing happened that they were talking about making fun of the canary, because they were calling it the Canary Wharf blacks.
Yeah.
Any Jake that starts speaking well, that cares about his vernacular, that cares about the words he uses, that cares about education, that wants to live
They
in
make
peace,
fun of him, man.
they make fun of him and look down on them. Oh, you ain't black.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not black because you don't want to act like a fucking lowlife, like a degenerate. They identify with degeneracy. No, we're supposed to identify with the more than Esau. We're meant to surpass Esau in standards. Forget Esau. We're meant to be above him.
Because I'm sure you speak about all, like, for instance, football days, how these Edomites be. When you're around it, you're like, these man are base.
They're base people.
They're base. And because when they do try to do, the whole thing, it don't like the coronation, where them man were just looking rough, man.
Yeah, like,
The
why?
Charles and
Why do you
Camillus
want to embrace being lower class?
Yeah.
Why do you want to embrace being lower class? Nah, you're supposed to strive to be higher class.
That's it.
And they know nothing higher than being an Israelite
That's it.
and following your Hawashai.
This is it, man. They keep talking about this black excellence, right? All this black excellence stuff. But you ain't trying to be fucking excellent, man.
No.
You want to stay a fucking retard, man. Just be rich. That's not how it works, man.
Or get
You know?
rich by just being a clown.
Yeah, man.
Just being a clown on the internet. You know,
It starts,
debating.
it starts from within.
The speeds and the kites and nuts and all these dumb niggas.
Yeah, they're set up.
They just get money thrown at
They're
them and then
set up,
they act degenerate. And people think, oh yeah, that's the way to make money. No, it ain't. That's the way to increase degeneracy amongst the nation, man.
Yeah, and the way you make your money and the way you portray yourself, your children, that's an example for your children
Yeah, they
as
gotta
well.
follow it, man.
Like you got to, people think, oh, okay, if I'm a drug dealer, I can make the money and send my kids to private school. Yeah, but if your kids know that you was a drug dealer and that's how you do it, straight away that destroys their mind.
Why am I going to private school?
Because they're gonna end up probably just doing the same thing you did,
You
because
didn't work hard.
the fruits of what you did is gonna go on to them.
Because you get like I remember saying this to you. So like there's some in the southwest of London, you get a lot of private schools, but then you see like very common looking people, and it's like, wait, how are you sending your children to a 25 grand a year school? Because they're grafted. Because for them, they're like, look, man, I'm gonna send my child to a private school but not by drugs. Right, whether it's they're working an extra a job or they're working extra hours, because they've had from a set period of time in their life that actually I don't want to send my child to regular school, so I'm going to grind as much as possible, right, to send my child to the bed. You have Edomites, they'll move from one part of the city to another part of the city just so their child is in a catchment area.
And so automatically, it's a better work ethic.
Yeah,
that they can, relate it to their children. Man.
And then guess what, man? Do you know why a lot of these schools in the inner city areas are fucked up? Because of the children. It's not because they don't have to fund them, because they got books and they have teachers that are willing to teach. The major problem in these inner city schools is there's too many bad youths in the school being disruptive and no discipline, and they can't get on them under control because of who? The parents. So it's a wider problem. If you wouldn't have that, like, because they say it's poverty, man. You go somewhere in Ghana, man, they be poor as hell. The kids are in school listening and doing what they're meant to do.
Come here, I was advanced, brother.
Yeah.
I ended up getting slowed down.
It's a culture, man. But that again, because they're so destroyed, and the kids just get released into school and then they're in the school doing madness. And then they'll say, oh, well, it's the education system. It's nothing. The education system has problems, But a lot of it comes to the way you're acting. If your kids went to school and just sat there and was willing to learn, and the teacher could teach, they'd learn something and get their GCSEs and move on. It's them in there in school. They don't value.
Rats, innit?
They just want to be entertained. They're just doing bullshit.
Before you used to give canes in the schools, man, to keep them in check, man. But you couldn't even give a youth the cane today, man. You got the library, man. Come back and yeah, man. You gotta take a beating, man.
The bullying now is like 20 million times more than before. Now it's like these kids live to bully.
Yeah.
These
men are committing suicide on fucking internet shit, bro.
Yeah, they
You know what
proper
I mean?
hate each
It's
other,
so
man.
crazy.
There's no love. That's because they're not taught to. They have no sense of. That's what I'm saying. All this Black Lives Matter shit was bullshit.
Yeah.
Because all that Black Lives Matter, but these kids, they see another black kid and they just want to bully them.
Yeah.
They're not trying to uplift them or work together. They just want to bully you. Or look at your shoes or look at your face. Or
Show
something.
TikTok videos of girls attacking a bunch of girls attacking a black girl, punching out the bus stop.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
has to fight her way out.
Yeah, bro. The bullying in these schools is actually mad. It's insane.
No one said, not even the teacher.
Yeah.
No, you see,
When even Chris Scott, what's his name, Blake Martin, they put a bounty on his head.
Yeah, there's a priest in
They
there.
put a bounty on the cop's
Yeah,
head,
yeah.
man.
So,
That's how you know
alleged,
it's fucked.
alleged.
Yeah.
I don't even believe they did that.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised, bro.
But
These niggas are
they-
crime.
Cold.
Yeah,
cold,
but that would
grab me.
10K on a police officer. That
Yeah.
shows you low level.
They're trying to move like they're the
Who the fuck
cartel.
is
and
gonna shoot a police officer
yeah,
for
for
10K?
10K, I know it.
10K is like what you do on a normal person, blood. If
Yeah.
you're gonna shoot a police officer, that's not worth
That's
it.
a higher bounty, innit?
Bro, you shoot a fucking police officer in the UK, bro.
the whole Met's coming.
Yeah.
Can you even buy a new passport?
The whole Scotland Yard's gonna come to your crib.
Bro, like,
Wanted and dangerous.
that's the kind of shit you got to drop $1 million.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not worth it. Bro. That's crazy.
They'll catch you automatically.
Yeah,
You
they'll
won't
like-
you won't have a chance to flee.
But 10K? For how many years would they give you for doing that, bro? You'll never see life again. It doesn't even. No, I don't believe that. If they did that, that just shows you a broke pocket bad man. And they should have put that 10K towards Chris Carver's funeral and stop having other man having to pay for it.
Exactly.
Put that towards the legal fees to fucking to pay for justice. That's
We think one of those officers probably turn up for the funeral.
But I wouldn't be surprised if there's a shooting at the fucking funeral. I get the
but
feeling
ain't he
something
already
crazy.
been buried?
Oh yeah, it's 2 years ago, sir.
Yeah, that nigga been
Yeah,
there.
that-
He in the ground, man.
Yeah.
I'm a quick one.
Maybe the next one.
And he's resting. And he's resting. And he's resting in peace too. He's resting in peace, thinking y'all niggas need to fix up.
You know?
He's good. Where
Yeah, he
he
knows he's an Israelite now.
Yeah, he's alright.
He knows that he was fucking around.
No, look, get Luke 13 and then I'm gonna go.
Because in the kingdom, he's gonna wake up and he's gonna have his head down for a hot minute. Because he's gonna be in the kingdom, but he's gonna realize
This could be one of the biggest
fucked up.
fools, man.
fuck they what he's doing.
Always check on this foolishness, man. They're gonna realize that the depths of their foolishness, man, once they're in the kingdom, man.
This whole thing should have been used towards forget Esau because like we always say, yeah, you can't make Esau love you, so you can forget about all that. What you can do is show love for yourself, and this whole situation should have been used to. But you know what? You niggas ain't gonna. The majority of you ain't gonna change, so this is what's gonna happen. This is the only thing we need to say. Get Luke 13, and then I'm gonna get out of here. This is Luke. This is the book of Luke. No. It's the book of St. Luke. Yeah, I do it. No.
13 himself from the top. There were present at that season some that told him of the Galileans, whose blood pirates had mingled with their sacrifice. And the Awashai answered,
Now,
answering,
this is some real oppression. You know, the Romans, they really executed some guys, man.
and the Awashai answering said unto them,
Fuck the
suppose,
police.
suppose ye that Galileans were sinners above all the Galileans, because they suffered such things.
So we're not here to, oh, well, you know, Chris Carver, he's like the worst ever, and that's it. No, you know, he's just another Jake that was in sin, like we all are at the end of the day. And as it's going to show you, we'll all suffer such a fate, lest we repent and seek after the higher standard, which is in Yahweh Shai and faith in him. That's really what the end of the conversation is all about. For each Israelite, the onus is on you to repent and turn away from black culture, to turn away from Esau, to fuck Esau, and seek after Yahweh Shai. But we're not saying be like Esau or do what Esau says per se. We're saying deal with the scriptures, man. The wisdom of the scriptures and Yahweh Shai.
Because if you did, you'd avoid a lot of this bullshit you go through.
Yeah.
Man. There's certain shit you have to go through as part of your trials and temptations, man. But you ain't gonna end up like Chris Carver.
Well, I ain't had.
In that kind of situation.
It's
man.
about the way you dress as well. Once you get that nigga, you know, I stopped walking around with low baggies.
It's a spirit, man. It's a spirit.
Yeah, them police are onto you. Let's be honest with you, man. I ain't had no trouble with the police for a long time. For a long time, I've never been stopped by the police. Hell, I'll be working with the police certain times.
Yeah.
You know, in my job,
Yeah,
police will come through. Oh, you're right, mate. Oh, what's going on?
Police
They're just doing their job.
Yeah.
I don't have no issues with them. You know
It
what I'm
tells
saying?
you that in Romans. Let me get that scripture.
You just-
Romans 13, man.
When you grow up, man, and you just realize, like, I don't need to be walking. As long I'm not, I'll come through barking, right? I don't fucking walk around weed. So I see them come with their sniffer dogs. I'm not noting. I feel no anxiety when I see the police. Now, if they come and trouble me for whatever reason, I know what I'm gonna do. Like, why am I being stopped? What's the reason for this? I start recording. I comply. Am I being arrested? The minute they say yes, okay,
Just give it up, man.
then we're gonna call the lawyers. And if they made a mistake,
Don't get paid out.
you heard what made a mistake. If you made a mistake, you have to pay.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down to. I'm not gonna go, no, fuck
Civil
off, mate.
lawsuits and
Oh,
all
no,
that.
no.
No,
And then,
because
and then your
once you do
mom comes running the phone. Yeah. Now they're tackling your mom and all kind of
Yeah, yeah.
foolishness.
True.
Niggas
Yeah,
is
you're
come
feeding
on,
into
man.
it, feeding
What are you
into it.
doing, man?
If you just give up and resist. Sometimes
Because-
they even, you know,
That's me. I mean, I still get pulled over in the car sometimes and that kind of shit. You know what I'm
agree
saying?
with that adversary.
Yeah.
Listen,
But I ain't done nothing.
once
So,
the police have
yeah.
made the decision to arrest you, you are going to be arrested, whether you swear, whether you shout, whether you resist.
definitely
They
could
will
punch a man
not
up.
change their mind
No,
at
they're
that
not.
moment in time. So you ask them, officer, am I being arrested? If they say no, then we can continue to have a conversation about what's happening and what they want. Or we just need to do a search under what pretense or whatever. Get it recorded and get your receipt, and you
Yeah.
can make a complaint later if it was wrong. Now, if they are going to arrest you and say, yes, you're under arrest, at that point,
Just give it up, man.
because at that point, there's nothing you could do.
Yeah.
There's no, anything you could do at that point will only make things worse for you. You're either going to get him pissed off or her pissed off. Now you got a knee in your fucking spleen
Or
when you
taser
didn't
you.
need one, or they
Yeah.
no, just all right, take me in. My day's about to be fucked up, but just know that if you've made a mistake,
So you are.
you're gonna have to pay.
Yeah.
And you'll find if you act like that,
They're
the
more
police,
scared.
they're more gonna be
They're more
like, all right,
scared,
yeah, look, we'll get you a cup of tea or whatever. But if you act like a dickhead,
They're gonna treat you like a dick.
they're gonna treat you like a dickhead. All of a sudden they get extra rough and they're like,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
this guy's
No,
making my life
They're
difficult.
trained.
Well, even times where I've been down the motorway or something, yeah, and I'm going a bit too quick, and the police man pull me over. The man are usually cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yo, do you know what speed you're going? Yeah,
I've been there.
I was doing 50 officer.
Nah, or you could go, what the fuck do you want,
Yeah,
police
yeah,
officer? Is it because I'm black? I'm gonna start acting like an idiot, man. Come on.
Yeah, they gave me a warning and they just pissed off.
Yeah, man. I don't want to do the paperwork. But you, Jake, don't have that tact because a lot of you were raised by your mothers, so you have no discipline and emotional intelligence.
Yep.
So you straight away just, I mean, we see it all the time in the
Overreact,
videos.
yeah.
That party in the park with the family, and they
Yeah.
all started having a
And
big
mum's
Royal
getting-
Rumble.
Yeah.
That's all because no one had emotional intelligence.
That guy, what is that?
Because obviously, if you go on the defense, you're defending something. You're trying to hide something
Yeah.
automatically. And because you, Jake, you're trying to hide something, man. That's why you act like that.
No.
And they already know.
Now, if you know the law and you want to stand by it, there's a way to do that. But like I said, the minute they say you're under arrest, that's when all that stops. Make sure you got your record or whatever. If your friend's there, tell them to record.
Yeah, man. Get
And
the
you
evidence.
deal with it through the proper channels.
Yeah.
And then when the video comes out, you can say, Your Honor, look, you can see how I comply. And then even that will think, oh, this is an upstanding citizen.
Yeah.
But if you're the guy talking this, they're thinking this guy's a dickhead anyway.
Yeah.
So we don't care what happens to him.
Even the apostles, they've given many examples them being arrested, but they deal with it through the civil court system, man.
Yep.
And if they get mistreated, They said they sue
Money
your
off
ass.
that, yeah.
They're gonna sue your asses, man, and they've won.
Yeah.
They've won cases,
Bro,
man.
there's videos like that online with black men that have said this. Oh, what? You sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And okay, cool.
Let's go.
And I think there's one dude. He's had like 4 cases against the police, and he's got like 20, 30 grand each time.
Nice.
Like,
Yeah, man. It just takes time.
Yeah,
because
Moments,
we-
babe.
I'm just gonna go back looking like I'm a criminal. Hey, trying to do that.
because he knows the law. So if the man are taking the piss, it's all on
violating.
camera,
Yeah.
and he's telling them, okay, but you don't
It's
want to. And he's like,
It's like he baited the police in.
baiting them, innit?
Yeah.
But he ain't acting like a demon though. On the camera, he's not. He's like, okay, cool. Like,
You have to use your smarts.
now if you acted like a demon, now he probably get 2 bullets in his forehead, and then his
Yeah.
mom.
Right. My baby.
Well, but when these things happen, there's no one to stand up and say, listen, in this situation, the police might have been a dickhead, but as a so-called black man, this is how you should have acted in that situation to avoid all that. No, they'll just say, blame the police, and then it will happen to someone else again because you're justifying acting like an idiot.
Hyena.
When what they need to really doing is teaching these young black men, like, this is how you conduct yourself if the police approach you for a search. This is how you conduct yourself if the police stop you in your car.
This is gonna
This is
minimize
what the law is.
That
That's
should
what
be
they
part
can
of
and
the
can't
school
do.
curriculum, man. They should have an actual class and
But
you get arrested.
that's-
They don't- they
That
don't
should be
do
the same way you can sit there and learn on them lyrics, yeah?
Yeah.
Why aren't these rappers teaching you that? See, they could teach you how to shot O's, and why they ain't teaching you how to deal with the police since it's such a big issue? Because they're all bullshit artists.
Yeah.
Now you got to listen to Hebrew Israelites, and now we teaching you how to deal with the police.
You still won't listen. Niggas, man.
Go on, you got Luke?
I was going to
Yeah,
say,
there's ways to deal with the police, man. I watch so many videos, and I'm like, nigga, you were asking for it, man.
I got just a quick precept just on that. Yeah, go. The Romans 13 and verse 2. Whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinance of the Most High, and they that resist shall receive to themselves damnation. For rulers are not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Yeah. It says, wilt thou then not be afraid of the power?
Yeah, most people that are actually intimidated and scared of the police to that degree are guilty criminals. Other people might have a little bit of anxiety because we do know there are places where the police can fuck you over, right? And you understand that, but there's a way to deal with that.
Yeah.
But most men that are running from the police, so they got like an ounce on them or
man.
something.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
guilty.
Like, you ain't gonna see me running from the police. You know what I mean? I got tendonitis and shit, but I got time for all that shit.
They didn't say it, but Chris Carver probably had drugs on him or something. That's why he was on the run.
He knew he was bus strapped the day before and he was in
Yeah.
the car, so he
He
knew.
probably had something on him as well. That's why he's running.
Yeah, he was running, man.
You know, it says, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same.
Yeah, just
Don't be a nigga.
be a law-abiding citizen, man, and a lot of problems will fall away. And then even then, if you get found guilty unjustly, you just deal with that. There's a way to deal with it.
Verse 4, that's the point. It says, for he is a minister.
And maybe if you had less crackheads in your community and more lawyers, yeah, you'd be a lot better off.
Yeah.
But these men don't raise up lawyers; they raise up crackheads. They proliferate crack.
Because even the scripture speaks about how we'll suffer unjustly at times, man.
Yeah.
You know, but just deal with it, man.
You have to take the L sometimes.
You have to use wisdom in all these circumstances.
Sometimes you got to be humble, but then there's a way to be humble, but then you can give a bit of pushback. Nah, officer, like there's one video that said, no, you don't have the right to search my vehicle right now. But there's a way you can say it that it lets the officer know you know your rights. And they're like, oh, okay, this one, we got a live on here. Okay, but then you give the officer an out.
Yeah.
You don't poke him.
Yeah, pressure and then all that.
You let him know you know,
Or let him find another reason.
but let him find a way out for him to say, okay, well, just have a nice day. Don't try and fucking get into a beef because it's just gonna fucking fuck your day up, man.
Do something else.
But there's a way to let man
Are you
know.
resistant?
I know.
Are you resistant?
So listen, man, you don't have the right to search the vehicle, and if you do that, then I'm gonna have to make a complaint.
Verse 4, Romans 13 and 4. So for he is a minister
What
of
I can do is show you my license, give him man an out, innit? Like,
for he is the minister of the Most High to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. For he beareth not the sword in vain.
them
So that's why
it
Chris
doesn't happen.
Carver got taken out.
Yeah, they
Because
have the
Lord
power
put
to
a
kill.
cold spirit on what's his name, Blake Martin, and he was like, this nigga wants to, he wants to push the bar.
Because there's
I'm
such a
gonna take
thing
this nigga
in
out.
Esau society as a lawful killing. And what
Yeah.
Esau can do is a lawful killing.
Yeah.
They have rules and procedures. And man, are talking about shooting tires. Yeah, in a perfect world, they could have maybe shot the tire and all this and that. But guess what?
It's not
In
fair,
the
no.
in a high stakes intensity situation, the man was within his rights to put 5 bullets in Chris Carver's head. Because Chris Carver was a threat to him and the life of his other officers.
Yeah, because then it's the thing of he's not trained to shoot outside. He's trained for a headshot.
Shoot, yeah.
Because then what happens when
That's
it
what they say.
ricochets
They
and
shouldn't
kills
be trained
someone
to
else?
do the headshots.
Yeah, but they're trained. Actually, they're trained for both.
Right.
Technically, you can shoot at the tires in a situation, but like I said,
So
it's
are
a high
Yeah.
intensity situation. You could choose which one you do.
So when did they went in to shoot the tires? When the car was moving, when it was
That's
stationary?
what I'm saying. It's not.
Yeah.
It was a high intensity situation,
You shoot a tire, a car's moving now.
Yeah.
and the man got.
Yeah, so
But
It was the perfect opportunity to kill a Jake. So he thought,
Yeah, what?
Why
But in
not?
that situation, yeah, they boxed him in. Like he had no, like,
Yeah,
unless he was gonna harm somebody to
So,
get out.
so you want to shoot the tires then? I mean,
Yeah. I mean, I know him. I wouldn't have
Yeah,
shot the tire. He would have got headshot
you
straight
want
away.
to anyway.
Because I'm not risking my leg get broken and have to go home.
Because let's say he can come out and just lick down 2 officers. Now you
Yeah.
fucked up. You fucked up because you didn't take the shot.
And remember,
Yeah,
they, as far as they're concerned, they're dealing with lowlights, so they don't give a fuck.
yeah, nothing to do with it.
They were already like, "Yo, this guy." ain't right.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Yeah, he did it with excellency. From what I remember,
It was one shot. It was the first
One
shot.
shot.
It was a one shot kill.
Bob Lee, man.
Man, big
Golden
black
gun.
head.
Bob Lee.
And bearing in mind, that's what you can see anyway. He's in the car, he's in the seat.
Yeah, but
probably
that,
saying
means,
that anyway.
but that means he could see the guns pointed at him.
Yeah.
So what
He
was
saw the
thinking,
guns, man. All them rifles coming out of the side. He saw bear guns.
He was
Guy was
unruly,
still being
man.
an idiot. Stubborn, bro.
Hard-headed, but not hard enough.
It's a, he's a minister of the Most High, a revenger.
So it could have been you. Nah,
It wouldn't have been me.
it wouldn't have been me. I promise you, I would have stopped the car.
Would have complied, man.
I wouldn't have been in a stolen car.
wouldn't even take it
car
apart.
linked to
Yeah.
And then guess what? Even if I did stop the car and they got it all on camera and my hands are there and they shot me in the fucking head, then yeah, my family will be due some fucking money out of that at least.
Yeah.
Nah, he ain't gonna get shit because he was a demon. So yeah, even if it did get killed, me doing the right thing would still benefit someone in the end
Yeah.
because that was in the right.
It would have been on video as well.
Then it would have been on video.
Because you've got what the IPCC, which is there literally for that reason.
Yeah.
Because the courts have said it took only 3 hours for them to delegate the whole situation. Why did it only take 3 hours? All the evidence was there. The guy was being a tyrant, he's being a nigger, and they took the nigger out. Being a wild bull and net, man.
He deserved it.
Quick. So, Sirach 3 verse 26. A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein.
There you go. I just want to finish Romans 13 and 4. It says, for he is the minister of the Most High, a revenger to execute wrath upon him that doeth evil. So Chris Carver was doing evil, man. And the word evil means a bad situation, a bad time. So he received for the evil that he did, man. No man perished being innocent. That's what the scripture says, man. So he did what he did, and he had to pay for the actions that he committed. Even before that, he said he was in part of 2 other shootings. Yeah, so come on, man. The guy needed to be taken out anyway. He's a menace, man. He needed to be put down, man. Seriously, man. Because he would have probably been on another. He probably was on another journey to another murder
to do something
situation. Yeah, another
Yeah, like
killing.
what would you have done tomorrow?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
he was just on the killing spree.
That obviously might just save many lives.
Yeah, well, we know what he didn't do to him.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
right?
He was on a killing spree that whole week, man. So he needed to. Well, come on, man. The scripture says, "Thou shalt not murder, man. Thou shalt not kill."
Yeah. I've got a couple of precepts. First one's Galatians chapter 6, verse 7. Be not deceived, God is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap.
There you go.
He lived that life. He was licking down guys and whatever. It's only going to come to him eventually anyway.
Yeah.
It just came in the form of the police telling the ops.
Yeah.
That's all it is. But this guy would have died if he would have killed eventually.
Now they're super sensitive.
Yeah.
All of a sudden,
Oh.
he's real bad, man.
Police brutality and all that.
Yeah.
It's not no police brutality, man. Obviously, that we know that the police is systematic oppression. They're part of that. But at the end of the day, you've got grimy individuals out here of our people that need to be taken the fuck out, man.
Man, the police, listen, the police, they don't need to do no systematic oppression. They done took a break from that long time. They could oppress themselves. Like, they don't need to do it no more. That's waste of time for them. What is the police if they stop search? Why are they stopping searching? Because niggas is walking around with
Legging
Rambo
each other
knives,
down,
you know?
yeah.
And then if they don't stop searching, said that they ain't doing nothing about it.
Yeah.
Jacob confused.
Yeah. Or no, what that two-tier police?
Tommy Robinson.
So these police ain't really like the Metropolitan Police. They ain't even barely in it, but half of
They're
them
undermanned.
even see these guys out on the beat.
Nah, they don't like it like that.
You know what I mean?
They're undermanned, underpowered.
These niggas that's out everywhere, man.
These men are stuck up doing paperwork all the damn fucking time.
Now they're gonna be when all hell breaks loose and they start bringing the military out. That's gonna be the real brutality and the
Yeah.
But let's be honest now, man.
Man.
Let's be honest. Like, are the police really walking around Hackney and Brixton just flipping police brutality and beating up Jake and let's be real.
Maybe back in the day, but not anymore.
Yeah, back in the during the sus law
Sus
period
laws
and all that.
back
But
then.
not after like 1999 and shit.
No.
Man. You know what I mean? Come on.
Not really.
They said, nah, we'll let you niggas have it. You're
Yeah,
doing,
they're really letting Jake
you're doing a good job fucking
doing it yourself.
doing it yourselves, man.
Real talk. Yeah.
Alright, so I'm watching shit from the start. You got everything, yeah?
Yeah.
It's Romans 13.
Same chapter.
Oh yeah, okay. Verse 9. It says, for this thou shalt not commit adultery, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness, thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
They
Right?
don't love their neighbor.
No, if they did,
Yeah. We'll be
You know what I
going
mean?
around trying to shoot each other.
yeah.
But
Your
that
hat,
goes back.
hats and your hat
Okay.
in the on top of the bag under the
But it goes back to the.
on top of your bag and the waterproof things.
But it goes back to the fundamentals of the scriptures, the commandments, man. If Jake would just follow the commandments, there'll be less crime and shit committed against each other, man. There'll be more order, more love.
Esau's not inflicting that pain directly as we're going into. You know, he's not harassing you on the street like that. It's Jake. You know, and so our life would be that little bit much more better if Jake weren't doing what they were doing, oppressing their own people. There's still things Esau's doing as a person, that's for sure. But it would be more tolerable if you, Jake, were forwarding the affliction, so to speak. You're making shit worse.
Yeah.
You're making shit worse than what they could be.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, so that's why we're coming to the time where that gavel is going to drop in your heads, man. The Lord's going to pour out more judgment, and more of you niggas going to have to be wiped out anyway, because you all that behavior and all that lasciviousness and all that wickedness, that's not making it into the chariots, man. There ain't going to be no niggas in the chariots, man.
You're going to be probably purged.
You're going to be purged out, man. The only
You know,
ones
your
making it in the
mind,
chariot-
you
Yeah.
need to be purged.
the only ones that's making it into the chariots is the elect, man. The ones that are sober-minded and have their scruples all the way, man. Their mental scruples and their spiritual scruples too. Because you niggas don't even, you come across us at the camp and you just fan your hand, you say, oh, I have the Bible and all that, that's the white man's book. You come against the scriptures all the time. You're the main ones.
Well, the Bible don't make you no money. You know? And you got niggas in the truth, man, and you just want to make money out of the word. You find another way to be a nigga in the truth. You know? But you Jake are just too consumed by this money making thing, man. You know? But again, that's a device of Esau.
You
And you fall into it.
We're gonna make money in the kingdom. The only difference is we're gonna do it righteously. Man. We ain't gonna have to corrupt ourselves and do all kinds of wickedness to make money.
You're gonna be swimming in it.
Yeah, man. We gotta be rich beyond our belief, beyond our means, man. But Jake don't understand it because they're short-sighted and they don't see a future outside of this place. They think this is it.
It's like even on a carnal level, you said they're short-sighted, right?
Yeah.
That's why these guys be getting into the drug game, into the fast life and this, that, and the other.
You know, you move a fucking couple of keys and you're doing all right.
Yeah, but they never sail into the sunset. Man.
Exactly.
You notice they make the money while they're doing their criminal activity, but they never have that day where they sail off into the sunset. It never happens.
It's never even real. That's the worst thing about it. Like, but when these guys, and I know certain brothers have experiences. Well, you have like a random looking Edomite, and he has like $1 million in his bank.
Bro, I've seen that.
You know what I'm saying? Average.
You know, shopping Primark and
My old company I used to work for, Weatherspoons, right?
Yeah.
The guy that owns that, Martin, for his first name, Saint Martin, right? He looks like some riff-raff Edomite.
Yeah.
He just does, right? He got some tweed, jacket on and some jeans. That's what the fuck he wears, right?
Yeah.
And his hair's not even done. You know, he can rock
Got
with the
more than
Morris.
7 to 8 digits in the account.
You know, his face is red as hell, and he's a bit, you know, goofy. But he fucking owns a fucking pub chain that's got him making millions, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you got them around. You got them around. Because a millionaire in this world for either way is nothing.
It's nothing, yeah.
They're walking around with that everywhere.
Because the reason I brought that up is like, especially if you're in America, because I'm in tech, right? If you're in America, as with no experience, you can make 100 grand. So what are all of these jakes in America doing, man? They're trying to push some, you know, some drugs where they'll make what 20.
To say they to do good, they have no knowledge, man. But to do evil, they have knowledge to do that, right? And so they rather focus on doing wickedness as opposed to doing anything more productive.
That's it.
You know, that's not gonna fucking fuck everybody up in the process.
That's it. You know, you got millionaire people working at Google, man.
Yeah.
Some fucking nerds in Palo Alto, right? You know, all he does.
No, but nerds are not cool, Ark. They have to have this lifestyle, this image. Let's say these fucking niggas in the truth, supposedly in the truth, right? They want to look cool. They want to be all these things, trendy. You know what I mean? Because Jake is obsessed by this image and the money. You know, but it's all fucking bullshit.
Vanity.
None of them are living. None of them are living lives that the Most High would be like, yeah, he's alright. You know, because they're all fucking taking advantage of other people and destroying other people, man. And that's not how we're supposed to be living amongst our people, man. We're meant to be cool with each other. We're meant to be, you know, treat each other well. And that's how I was reading this. I have one more verse. Verse 10 says, love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law. Right?
Yeah.
So we're cordial with each other. Even you fucking wicked niggas, man. We're not trying to do you no fucking harm. We're not trying to do harm to nobody, man. But when you're doing all this wickedness and you know you don't give a shit about who you're hurting, right? The Most ain't happy with all that, man. So the Lord's gonna destroy you in due time.
Right? The Lord said the 2 greatest commandments is to love the Most High with all thy heart and love thy brother.
That's right.
Yep.
That's it, man. That's what the Lord said. The whole law is built upon those 2 commandments. Yeah. But Jake, got to understand that this place is temple, and like you said, it's all vanity of vanities, man. That this place is not the end all and be all. We got something better to come. That's why we keep focusing and harping on the kingdom, man. We ain't trying to lay up treasures on the earth where must and rough us will corrupt. We're thinking about the future, man, because the future can be far greater than we can even imagine, man. And as I said, for you Jakes that do all this, you know, 2/3 behavior on this side, you're gonna feel like idiots in the kingdom, man. You're gonna have your head down because you're gonna realize you did all that shit for nothing, for naught, when you could have had all this, all the land, all the you know, all the abundance that the Lord's gonna give you and bless you in the kingdom, even for the average Israelite, you know, not even for the elect, but the average Israelite is gonna be living like a Rothschild, like a king. And if you was partakers in that wickedness that was of the 2/3 in the past life, you're gonna feel like a fucking idiot in the kingdom, man. And you feel like sold out for all this.
And you know you're not gonna be worthy of that glory that the elect receive, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you know, this place is not it, man. This place is temple, man. The fashion of this world's gonna pass away. And you niggas that are, you know, abundant in that wickedness behavior and all that shit, you're gonna pass away with it, man.
That's right. On what you quoted before. This is Proverbs 1:24. Because I have called and ye refused, I have stretched out my hand and no man regarded. But ye have set at naught all my counsel and would none of my reproof.
Yeah, a guy like Chris Carver, if he even came across a camp, he would have ignored him. He would have disregarded the camp. Dumb. He would have disregarded the camp, man. He would have, you know, he would have found his hand. Yeah, you man are do? You man are just soft and that. You man are moist. He would have been one of them guys, you know. So the Lord rejected him basically in the spirit, and that's why he got caught up in the situation he got caught up in. Man.
You think it's close, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no dog around there.
Dog some logs, bro.
But I will say this is the thing, because you had Akim that lived that life, but through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahshua, they left that stuff. And the thing is, you had so that they were, you know, involved. Yeah, we just said like they were involved, but the Lord brought them out, and they brought them out safely. Because that's what, if I leave, you know, these you trust in the Lord, man. It's destructive to yourself, to everyone around you. Yeah. Right? Because I think about this sometimes. You get certain nations where you don't really get Jake like that. Right? Whole country, you don't really get like, as in like so-called black people like that. But they won't like Jake. Yeah, it's a spiritual thing as well. But like, it's the imagery that you guys allow to be pushed of you all throughout the world, man.
She said it become a proverb and a byword. for the nation.
Yeah, yeah,
That's it.
Yep.
Can I read this as well?
yeah, go ahead, fam.
This is Mark chapter 2, verse 16. And when the scribes and Pharisees saw him eat with publicans and sinners, they said unto his disciples, how is it that he eateth and drinketh with publicans and sinners? When Yahushua heard it, he said unto them, they that are whole have no need of the physician, but they that are sick, I came not to call the righteous, but the sinners to repentance. This word is for guys like that, dude.
Yeah.
to get him out of that fucking life. I mean, it's too late for him now, but
Yeah.
guys like that, right? And because we've all been called out of wickedness, right? Some are doing some more crazy shit than other people. Fair play, but we're all sinners, right? And this word is for the sinners, so we can repent and leave that lifestyle behind, and become something new.
The old man, yeah.
You know, something more worthy
Yeah.
of the Heavenly Father to receive His blessing, man, to receive the salvation. Because as we were, as the people are, they're not good enough. We weren't good enough.
Yeah.
And so we have to go through this process of change, right? And basically, get rid of all the wickedness that we was into.
Yeah,
So brothers might have been in gangs and whatever kind of stuff, man, but they gave that up, man, because they understood this word, right?
Yeah.
And what the actions that they were wrong.
Yeah, because
You know?
it says in Jeremiah 5 that they refuse to return. It's talking about the 2/3. Because they're rebellious, they've got that rebellious spirit on them. And they're just not going to return, they're not going to repent. But like my brother was saying, brothers came out from all walks of life. Some brothers came out of gangs, came out of all kinds of, worldly situations, whether it's the industries and all of that. But, we heard the calling, man. And that spiritual calling, the Lord said that his sheep hear his voice and they follow him so he goes. So we heard that calling and we turned back ever since, man.
And that's why
we're trying to stay in that straight and narrow path.
So that's why when we're out here teaching, we're basically calling out, right? Yeah. That's what church is, right? To call out, right? The congregation calling out. And if you niggas out there don't want to hear this, man, it just means you're not a part of this, man. And so we don't. After that point, we don't care what happens to you.
Yeah.
So you can go do it. Huh?
You've done half it.
Yeah. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know, gangbang, you can go do all this drive-bys, all this shit. You can do all that shit, man. But just know, man, that's on you now. We don't give a shit what happens to you guys, man. That's why we're not gonna feel sorry about it. So, because you chose what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
Most High Omi has had you set on that path of destruction, man.
Yeah.
And so we're not gonna cry over you, man. We're gonna tell it as it is.
Will someone get Lamentations 11 and 14 real quick? Because we're not supposed to cry for the 2/3. You hear about gang shootings and all that, the Chris Carbers. We ain't gonna lament for you. You got all these celebrities lamenting and crying for justice. We ain't gonna be doing none of that. We're gonna be praising Yahweh Hashem Yahushai that he does the opposite.
Get rid of wickedness.
Yeah, because it's getting rid of the wickedness in our society, in our nation, man.
Yeah.
We're only concerned about those that want to repent
That's it.
out of those places, man.
Yeah.
For the elect's sake.
The Lord said to the disciples, if anyone will not listen unto you, shake the dust off your feet.
Yeah.
It will be better for Sodom and Gomorrah than for that city in the day of judgment.
Because we know that all Israel's not going to be saved. We already know that. So when situations happen, yes, the Israelite that were killed, but at the end of the day, he's not part of the elect.
Yeah, but there have been jakes that have been like, right, why did they kill him like that? But Esau never puts that.
Yeah.
Esau never pushes that. It's always this low life, and rather Jake never bands together for that kind of Jake, man. Like, for instance, I forget it, Elijah McClain. It was just he had learning difficulties and that, right? And they basically pumped him up with a shitload of ketamine, right? The cops and that, and then he ended up dying. But Jake didn't come out en masse and be like, nah, that was fucked up, right? But for that, because I was around pretty the same time as that other degenerate nigga, the porn star, drug addict wannabe guy. What was his name? The whole BLM thing started over it.
Oh, George.
Oh,
George
Floyd.
Floyd.
Is it George? Yeah, George Floyd. Yeah, him. That was around about. But Jake, as a nation, came and started backing this guy. But he was a degenerate. He was the lowest of low lives.
They marketed him.
Yeah. And then they've got a thing with a statue with a fucking wife. He used to take the piss.
Jeremiah 11 and 14 real quick.
7 and 16, you mean? Therefore, praying out for this people?
Yeah, you that whole 11 and 14.
Okay.
Same one.
Yeah. Jeremiah 7:16. Therefore, pray not thou for this people, neither lift up cry nor prayer for them, neither make intercession to me. I will not hear thee.
Yeah, because the Lord's not going to hear our cries for any of these 2/3. Even the angel told Ezra, don't worry about how the ungodly perish, man. Don't worry about the 2/3, man. They're going to die anyway, man.
Yeah.
Worry about the godly and how they're going to be delivered. Don't worry about the 2/3, man.
Yeah.
They're not going to make it anyway. It's about the elect being beamed up into the ships and making it into the kingdom of heaven, man. That's what it's all about.
And Yahushua said he prayed not for them,
Pray
You
not
don't,
for
you
them,
don't, you
man.
don't pray for the world, man.
Yeah,
Pray
Yeah.
for the elect's sake.
Pray for the elect. Exactly. See,
You
even Yahushua was like, fuck the two first
Yeah,
bits.
Yeah, man, they're sealed. Their fate's been sealed, man. Just as if their eyes have been sealed. So we ain't got to worry about those that have not been selected or elected.
Yeah.
We ain't got to worry about them, man,
Because
because they have to perish.
Yeah.
They have to. Because they're not for Yahushua.
The
If they
enemy
was
of
to
the
make it
cross.
into the kingdom, they'd basically be doing the same shit that they was doing over on this side.
Yeah.
In the kingdom, they'll be stealing, robbing, murdering. They'll be committing adultery. So the Lord's like, fuck them niggas, man. We need them. We need to
They ain't
eradicate
gonna
them
get, they ain't
niggas.
gonna get right.
They ain't gonna make it, man. That's why the Lord said, 1 Corinthians 6:9, either fornicators, idolaters, murderers, lovers of them, fornicators, or lovers of mankind. They're not gonna make it into the kingdom, man. All that shit dies here.
Yeah, that's right.
All that nigga behavior, low batties and the tech fleeces and all that night fleece, all that shit dies here.
Night tech, yeah.
Night tech and all that, the dreadlocks and all that shit, the valleys,
Yeah.
all that shit dies here, man. You ain't gonna see none of that shit, none of that type of behavior in the kingdom. From a little baby, slides, from a little baby to a grown-ass adult, none of that's gonna be ever
But
seen
you know,
in the kingdom.
I was gonna say, you know, Jake got mental issues where demons really, where
Yes,
they
demons.
walk into like a commercial establishment with a few shifty on. I think it's
Yeah,
no, like this
The niggas
literally,
discriminate,
even in
man.
Westwood, they've actually had to put signs there saying no
No
food,
shiesty.
no food shifty is allowed. So Jake would just walk up
You know,
in there.
because that got excited. Niggas got excited because of the COVID.
Yeah.
thing. 'Cause when COVID came, he was allowed to wear masks.
Yeah.
So Jake just took that
Took
and
it
ran
next
with it. So since that time, 3 years later, Jake still want to be wearing shirties and ballies and all that
I
shit.
could,
Like,
I could fashionable.
it's a trendy thing. When really you just look like a damn criminal. You look like you look like a wrong'un. You look like a no gooder. Like you're going to do something bad.
Yeah.
Walking around with a damn shirty in the middle of summer. What for? It's hot as hell. You got a fucking.
Man's not hot, man.
You know what I'm saying? All that is guys. All them guys too. Michael Jackson, figures, man.
All blacked up.
Exactly. Never been skiing once wearing a blue shirt.
And then Jake make it look cool, like you said. Man's not hot. Michael Dapper. They'll make it trendy and all that. And then Jake will be like, yeah, this is fun and all that. Think it's cool. And then they get caught up in some stupid shit.
Yeah, you wearing
Even just demonize yourself, man.
exactly. I call it the uniform, man. Like
Nigga, the nigga,
that
nigga
uniform.
uniform.
And once again, when the cops see you,
know.
they're like,
They already
watching
know
you,
this
man.
is the gremlin.
And you want to worry about them walking behind you in the shop, the security guard.
Following you
Oh,
around.
bro.
Yeah.
You see the man robbing up Apple stores and shit, man. I'm trusting, man.
Yeah, I remember personally, I used to work in Apple Store. I used to see a whole bunch of people, I'm not going to name names, but a whole bunch of type of people that used to run in and steal things and take them off the shelf and just run out the store.
As if Apple haven't got traces.
Yeah, they'll just go in the back as well and just replace it.
Yeah.
You know, they just got, laptops and all that shit for
Yeah.
fun. They just go and replace it. But the people that actually steal that items, they just think like they're getting away with,
Yeah. And it's like, I'm going to say one more thing. With when you're talking about Stratford, when you're talking about Oxford Circus, right? These are high traffic areas of people that ain't from here, right? So then when they go to these man, they're always stereotyping me because you're doing it to yourselves. Imagine here it is, you got all of these people that have like in other lands, they're thinking, oh, maybe the so-called blacks ain't that bad. Then they come up to Oxford Circus and all of you man are running, raiding,
steal phones.
raiding stores. Well, they raided that sweet shop
Oh, yeah.
in Oxford Circus, man. So what are you
Eminem store
doing?
and all that.
Yeah, what are you doing, man? Degenerates, man.
That's
But
why niggas, you can't be around niggas. Man.
that's it, and that's why we can't wait, because as the prophet and the elders were saying, right? You're putting a stain on the Most High's name, man. Now ultimately,
Presentation.
yeah, exactly, and that's why in Ezekiel 36 chapter,
And that's why I broke him. Like, these can't be the Lord's people.
exactly.
Yeah, you're giving vocab more ammunition to talk shit, man. Like you guys are look, you grimy ass, niggas, but that's part of the curses.
Yeah.
The Lord said He's going to bring us low. We're going to do degenerate things, man. We're going to be made astonishment amongst the other nations. We're going to be the infamy of the people. Byword and the proverb. But then He also said we're going to be like the dross. In Ezekiel 22, He said you're going to be like the dross, the damnable silver and the precious metals. And the Lord said He's going to burn you, man, for your infidelity and your incredulity, your stupidity, man. He's going to burn you. Meaning you're going to die in that the lake of fire. Majority of you. Majority of you are going to end up taking the sea hip anyway. All you gangster niggas and all of that. Jeremiah 5:6. For among my people I found wicked men. They lay wait as he. They lay wait as he that set a snares, they set a trap, they catch men.
Right, so there's a portion of people, man, just predators. You know, that take advantage and take opportunity, man. You know, of their own people. You know.
As a cage is full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore, they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat, they shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked.
Hey, but it's all short-lived as we've been going into, man. It's all that lifestyle is all short-lived, man. It goes fast, it ends fast, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They judge not the cause of the. They judge not the cause. The cause of the fatherless.
They don't give a shit about their own people and what's going on with them, what destruction they're creating. They don't give a shit, you know. But they want people to care about them.
Yeah.
No, don't work that way.
Yet they prosper, and the light of the needs do they not judge. Shall I not visit for these things? Say the Lord.
Yeah. So the Lord sent a cop squad on you, man. That's how the Lord came to visit you. He sent them, right? And the guy took the shot. Judgment from the Lord.
There's the Lord, man. Lord, you know, the issues of death. Unto the Lord belong the issues of death. Life and death are in the hands of the Lord, man. So Yahweh Bashmi Shai ordained that a death angel be put on Blake Martin, and he goes out and takes that nigga Chris Carver out. We already read the definition of what his last name means. It means to be extinguished, man, to get rid of, to be put out. So he was already destined from the day he was born that your time on this earth was going to be short-lived. You know, it's going to be a transitory type life.
The angel took you out clean.
One shot. That was an assassination type shot from the angel of the Lord, man. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make sure I take this thing out.
And look, man, it's better that the cops got him like that rather than him falling into the hands of the ops, man.
Yeah.
You don't want to actually fall into the hands of your enemies, man. That's dreadful, man.
That would have been, they might have held you for a couple of days.
Yeah, as much as you man that hating the police, man, the ops would have done been worse.
Yeah.
You know, shanked him up bare time in trap or some shit.
Then put him in the boot of the car.
Yeah.
They held him for a couple of days and torturing him and all that.
Yeah.
Doing all kinds of diddy shit and
But
then get rid of the body.
a popular example of that, and he's lucky to survive, was that rapper Nine. Because he got like for example, like
Slash in the
this
face.
guy, like this popular rapper, he like it was a viral case. Like he got caught by his ops and they stabbed him in his face, beat him up, dragged him out the car, crashed his vehicle. There was not one Jake outraged. No Jake came out and said, why so-called black people attacking other blacks? So one time a police officer shoots, and it was a similar situation as well.
Yeah.
They caught him in the car, they cornered him, he tried to get out there, they stabbed him in the face. No Jake was angry.
Yeah, he gave him about 15.
Yeah,
That was it.
Jake is a fierce enemy, man. These goons are worse.
And they made sure they didn't kill him as well. They literally stabbed him in the face just as a you got you type of crazy niggas.
That's it.
The people just do the job.
Yeah,
These ops, man, they want to really get at you, man.
it's the life you lead, man. You live in a certain lifestyle, that, you know, that spirit's going to follow you, man.
Yeah.
That spirit of death is going to follow you wherever you go. That's why they never feel safe. You know, they always feel what's that word in the P word? The P word.
I don't know.
Paranoid. You know, they can't trust themselves around a lot of people, and you know, they always feel unsafe.
Watching their back with
Always watching your back. That's not the way to live, man.
Well, they said they shouldn't no peace.
Yeah, no peace.
I read that earlier, man. They don't. Man's always worried and looking around and saying down fine.
Because you're living a wrong. You're doing wrong.
Man just run up on you.
You live in a wrong lifestyle. And you know you're being wicked. That's why you live like that.
You could be out with your family, your kids and that shit, man, roll up.
Yeah,
on you.
man, roll up on you and your family.
It's mad. That's what I'm saying, but that's what the life they've chosen for their family also. And then any woman that gets rid of a fucking idiot like that, you probably deserve it too.
And the guys say it, they put in their songs, man. They like, they don't care if you're your mother and all that. Or roll up on you.
Come to your
shank
mum's
you.
house. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
All
yeah.
that shit.
All that. You niggas are grimy, man.
That Carter Water on Vlad TV, he was interviewing Tony Yayo, and he was talking about how like when him and
they
his
shot his mum and
be
sister,
all up in that beef, basically another gang rolled up on them and shot at Tony Yayo's mum's house and literally nearly
Mum
blew
and
up the
sister
house.
was
But
there.
like the bullet was an inch from the stove with his mum and his sisters in there. And
Crazy,
literally,
grimy, man. Yeah.
That's crazy. Because Jay, they'll go on them, which I ain't watched it, but they'll have these interviews and they ain't even saying it in a repentant way. They're like, yeah, man, they shut up the house.
Yeah, like it's a strike.
yeah,
It's a strike. Yeah.
yeah.
And you'd be like, Piers Morgan, do you condone? Do
Yeah.
you condone these actions?
Yeah.
You know? But it's the thing we do. We
Yeah.
Condemn those fucking actions, man. It's like these niggas in America doing drive-bys and shit. They're taking bullets through a house, and there's children and shit in the house, man. They just don't care. So
Oh,
when
man.
you get got now, we ain't gonna get shit out of it.
Yep. But Esau's doing this on purpose to feed that hatred against Jake.
Yeah.
Because the time that we're coming into, when it's gonna get real sticky out here, right? Because we're coming up into Jacob's trouble, where these you know, these people have always had a hatred for Jake. They're gonna be allowed to enact and do what it is that they have been wanting to do, right? Because all over the medias, Jake is showing themselves to be degenerates, man. Right?
And Esau knows the best way to keep Jake down and keep them from uprising is to be there, keep them fighting against themselves, man.
Yeah, and don't think when this time of trouble comes, you don't think Jake is gonna be on your fucking side, man. These fucking gremlins, man.
Oh,
they're gonna fucking take opportunity of it, man, just like they always do.
Yeah.
They're gonna be part of the fucking problem, you know.
100%.
And you're gonna be looking for Esau at some point to fucking keep you safe from them.
100%.
You know, you're gonna run to him for safety. That's why you're gonna take the MOTB. Yeah,
100%.
you know, so there's gonna be race wars and that shit going on. Yeah, of course they will, man. But don't think these Jake they're gonna be on your side.
Yeah.
Just because you black. Yeah, because you black, right? Don't think you won't be on your side. They're
They're gonna be like
you need to watch out for those, man.
that purge type spirit.
Yeah. Finish this.
Yeah.
So back in Proverbs 125, it says, "But ye have set at not all my counsel, and would none of my reproof. I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh."
Yeah, that's when all hell breaks loose. Which we're coming into that time now. Who knows what's gonna happen after November the 5th? We know going into the end of going into next year, 2025, all hell is gonna be breaking loose, man. It's not gonna be a peaceful time. Because we're in a time of
only
war.
2 weeks now.
Yeah, literally, man. They're counting down the days. You got all these different conventions, Kamala with Beyonce and fucking Obama and all that, spitting Eminem lyrics.
Yo,
Sounding like, you know, corny lyrics and all that. You know, palms are sweaty. Knees, we arms
so
are
they don't
hairy.
respect Jake, man. How you gonna try to win an election with hip hop?
Yeah.
It's so they don't respect niggas. Like,
He's
you'll
trying
never
to be a
see
comedian now.
Well,
That's what they're saying. Obama trying to be a comedian because he's had his presidential run and it's dead. All he's got left now is to be a comedian to the American people.
I feel they don't respect Jake because you will never hear like when you had like the serious, more staunch kind of presidents, and you never hear like an Edomite president singing like some sort
Never, bro.
of some pop lyrics to
Come on.
encourage the
He
people.
wouldn't even
and
bring out Eminem. Of all people, you bring out Eminem
to mockery.
and
bro.
Beyonce. That fucking.
But you know why? You know why? Because Jake loves fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
They love entertainment. They'd rather listen to somebody that can entertain them as someone that can deal with real issues.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so that's why Obama plays a role like that.
Yeah.
Or does it this way. Because they're trying to get the black vote. Make sure they vote for Kamala. Because they're a bit funny with Kamala, voting for her.
Yeah.
But if Obama's endorsing her and making things look cool, he like us. Yeah, you know, when he supports Kamala, we should support Kamala.
Yeah.
You know, because Trump, he a racist. You know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna read this quick. It's Ecclesiastes chapter 10, verse 6. Folly is set in great dignity, and the rich sit in a low place. Folly is set in great dignity in this world, man.
Yeah.
So as long as you're appealing to Jake on those types of levels, you're gonna have their engagement. You know, and you know that's what it's
Have
for.
the
You're gonna try and get
intention,
their vote, right?
Tensions, yeah.
So if you come out with a fucking thick chain, some shit, acting all fucking gangster and shit, that'll appeal to Jake.
Yeah.
A lot of Jake, they like that shit. You know, go on.
It's like I was gonna say, what did they say when Trump got his mugshot taken? There was like this made the hip hopization of Trump.
Yeah.
Almost. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
When he got shot at, you know,
Yeah,
man,
he's a gangster.
yeah, man was gangstifying him, bro. Like,
Now
yo,
he's selling-
man, you know, that shit. Yeah,
He's selling Trump trainers and all
yeah.
that.
And Jake
the
loved
gold
that. Jake loves the fucking gimmicks, man. There's nothing more they love. Money, gimmicks, and bitches. You know what I mean? Just fucking. Like,
Oh, yeah,
and
he
so
got caught with a porn star.
yeah, so you do all that shit, man. You're like you're a fucking top G.
Yeah.
You're bigger than Andy Tate, top G, bro. And so they play to these characteristics of Jake that have been made popular amongst us people, right? Not saying it doesn't count for all Jake like he's going into, but a large portion of Jake is just fucking ignorant, man, and they love just being pandered to, like played on those sort of things, right?
It's like, when you watch that whole, you can see it's all bread and circuses, man. Like the whole presidential run, it's just entertainment, man. It's just pure folly. But Jake's so bemused by it, like it's the fucking NFL or something like that.
It's a popularity contest for Jake.
It's a joke.
It's not about real shit. Like, we're the person who deal with real issues, man, that's affecting you. What are they doing to better your living standards or living quality? They're not, right? But if they, they come across cool or whatever, man, you get Jake's vote,
They
innit?
fit in, yeah.
That's what they know, innit?
But then when they get into office, watch when the tables turn, man. Because they either whoever gets into office anyway.
That's why Trump be throwing out chicken and chips, bro.
Exactly.
Because
Whether
they appeal to Jake, bro.
whether it's Trump or Kamala, whoever makes it
Like
into
it's like,
office, man, they're gonna show you their true colours. Them horns are gonna be revealed.
Yep.
Because all hell's gonna be breaking loose, and they're not gonna come to your aid. They're gonna add fuel to the fire, and then in turn they're gonna push martial law, and then in internment camp over there in Gaza. They're gonna put people in internment camps, man, and make them take biometric devices.
Yeah.
Where did they get that idea from? That's gonna be a worldwide thing, man. That ain't just not some small idea.
They're all working on it.
They're all working on it. Now fucking Kenya's endorsing biometric devices. All these countries endorsing biometric IDs, digital IDs,
Planning 15-minute cities and shit.
15-minute cities. They're all getting involved with it because it's all part of the new world order. In Revelation 17, it says they're all gonna have one mind with the beast, man. So this is the time we're coming into while Jake, lollygagging and in the spirit of folly and all this mirthdom. Your leaders are planning your fucking demise, man. They're planning to destroy you. And if they can't destroy you, they're planning to chip your asses, man.
They're in the UK as well, man. The budget's coming, bro.
Yeah.
And Jake are not concerned.
Monday, Tuesday?
30th. Well,
Okay, yeah.
And Jake are not concerned. But the thing is as well, like the UK here, without London, like London in itself is a welfare state. Like London, the majority of people that are living in London are only here because they get government benefits and aid.
Yeah.
The majority of people, because it's full of single mothers and fucking and people and elderly citizens as well.
Everyone's on welfare.
Everyone's on welfare in London.
That's what I'm trying to push everybody on welfare. Universal basic income.
Yeah.
That gives them the basis of being able to implement that mark. That's it, because that's where you're gonna be getting it.
Everyone's dependent.
Once they crash this financial, all this shit, right? You're not gonna have no access to cash or money unless they bring in the new system, which they've been working on, the digital currency, the CBDC, right? And put everybody on universal basic income because you're going to be replaced by robots, AI. That's what they're working on. They're like, this is the future, but they're pushing people out of work. And they know that's what they're doing. But this is supposed to be something great. It's supposed to be so good.
Which goes, I find it funny, man, because it's like with the whole AI stuff, especially in my field, man. People are, it could take jobs. Yes, you don't use it. You're literally training it to take your job.
The financial services industry, bro, every bank CEO was telling their people, if you find a way, a process that is too manual, automate it. And people are brainwashed. They're just like, yes, you must automate it. You have to automate.
So you need people to do it.
You have to automate.
Didn't they have that whole port situation with the strikes that they were going to go on because they wanted to automate their services? That shows you that they're going to put a lot of people out of business on purpose.
But the thing is, it's a catch-22 because you've always said just don't use it, right? But these companies know if they don't use it, they're going to fall behind and they're going to be coming on existing people going to lose their jobs anyway, right? So they're limiting what's going on essentially so they can remain competitive, right? Because Esau's put that technology in the world now. And so obviously, man, are trying to save money. So they're going to do it. Amazon's not going to not fucking use it, right? So if you want to be competitive at some type of level, because Amazon's ripping the shit up anyway, but if you want to be competitive at some type of level to get some sort of niche, you're going to have to do it.
Banks on average, the UK banks on average have increased their profits by 20% this year, bro. On average, by automation. But they're cutting staff, they're closing
paying less wages.
They're paying less wages.
Amazon hardly pay any fucking wages at the whole budget.
3%.
20%.
So of course they're making money.
One of the many reasons, but one of the reasons them like Chinese car manufacturers are able to build allegedly at such prices is because they designed the whole system to be all robotic, all automated.
You don't need people, man. And that's Esau's MO. Like he don't want people, right? We know the Georgia Guidestones that got taken down. He wants minimal people, man. 500 mil on the earth, man.
That's why you got this guy Elon Musk pushing the human robots and humanoid robots and so on.
But you got Elon pushing that side of things. You got Mr. Gates pushing eugenics essentially, right? Just to get rid of people.
And he's got this 50 smart cities that he wants to push.
It's all in the process of getting rid of people, man.
It's part of the new world of order, man. That's what it's about. And even this guy Tesla's got the new phone out now. You got the Tesla phone. It's supposed to replace the iPhone and all that.
Well, if it ran off
gadgets,
if it didn't need the battery, you just run it off the air, then fine, isn't it? I'd buy it. Because real Tesla could do that shit.
They say if you get the phone, you're going to be able to do suggestive, have suggestive controls over the phone, just using your mind, brain for patterns instead of typing it in or saying it through the phone, you know, giving suggestions to look for things. If you have the C hip in your brain or in your right hand, you'll be able to connect it through the Tesla phone more accurately. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, imagine that. You know, when you get those phone bundles when the phone comes out, yeah, get your free Neuralink.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
People do it.
shit.
People do it. That's
Yeah.
what I'm doing.
And they get Google Glass or some shit.
So Psalm 64 from 5. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquity. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart.
It's all a plan to bring people into captivity, into greater oppression. Right? It's the trap that you people are falling into, man. You know? And you think, see, everyone knows the potential risks of this technology and all the things going on Earth. Everyone knows the potential, but you're really relying on people not to be as evil as we make them out to be.
Yeah.
That they won't do this. They won't do that.
Why would they?
Oh, we got Elon. Elon's for the people.
Yeah.
No, he's fucking Skynet.
Literally.
He's fucking Skynet.
Literally.
Right?
Satellite.
He's pushing that agenda. He's talking about protecting people from that life, but he's
Yeah,
one
yeah.
bringing these things into the world,
Yeah,
or being
yeah,
funded to bring these things into the world, right?
Basically.
He's part of it, right? He's not the good guy. He likes people, freedom of speech. He's not that person. He's bringing the damnation of people. You know, because he's an agent.
Yeah, so this is the thing, because you made that point. Is that people don't want to believe that these guys are as evil as we say they are. Look, the ego will show you, right? Have you?
Mankind is a wicked. Our history's full of wickedness, man. And so it'd be no surprise that even more technology comes out, it'll be useful for evil. It's a common thing.
Yeah.
Every time you build something, make something, it's used towards evil.
Yeah. Well, they made the plane 1906, and then what they used right in time for World War One, man. Started, but that was all to fulfill prophecy. What in Revelation 9th chapter, you know. And what did they say? Necessity is the mother of all invention. I don't know how true it is, but as soon as they made the plane, they made the anti-plane gun.
Some big ass gun.
So it says that they was made to take peace from the earth. They was given a great sword, which is all their blessings, their technology, their weapons of warfare.
So this technology is not meant to bring peace to people, and to better people.
So they have ill intentions, man. And if they want to enslave the whole world, they're going to use their technology to do it.
Yes, right.
They're going to use that technology to enslave people, man. Even though it's supposed to be used for good. But then you come to find out the so-called white man, none of them are good, man, because they come from a nation of wicked people known as the Edomites, which are the devil that the Bible speaks of. And they're not supposed to be trusted with this type of power in their hand.
No.
That's what people are coming to find out. Look at BB and them, man. Look at the power that they got. Look how they're abusing the power, man.
Bro, there's a video, with where a reporter from the BBC goes and interviews Israelis in the land of Israel and Palestine. And one guy was like, when you have a cut and you get an infection, you get medicine and you put it in there to remove the infection. Those Palestinians, they're the infection. Bro, and then the guy was like, but based on your history, the so-called, do you not think that's a very hypocritical statement? He's like, no, they must be removed. Bro, that's the mentality they have.
Hey, but they're not wrong. Because what we gonna do to Esau?
They need it.
We gonna do that to Esau, man, because that's what both sides believes. That's what he requires. That's what he wants, right? Because he's right. You need to get rid of something. He needs to get rid of. You know what I'm saying?
He just doesn't understand his prophecy.
Yeah, you just don't understand the real order of things, right?
He's the cut of the word.
That's it.
That's it.
You know?
Because this Edomite has hurt everyone. It's like, I know you're holding something.
All right. So we go for Ecclesiasticus 12 from 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron lasteth, so is his weakness.
All right, so we got an enemy with all this technology. What do you mean an enemy going to do with this technology? You know? Is the enemy somebody that has your best interest at heart? No. An enemy don't give a shit about you.
Who just 60 years ago was lynching you.
Yeah.
Literally just that's 60 years ago.
Right? And so if we take this position now of Bibi, Netanyahu, and he's got enemies, the Hamas, the Hezbollah, these enemies, right? He got all his technology, he got his weapons. You don't care who's going to get caught up in that. You don't care who gets caught up in that. He's going to use that technology, man. And he's going to blow every damn thing up, man, until he gets what he wants. Right? It's the same with Esau. He's got this technology. He's going to use it for what he wants, man. And who gets caught up in it?
Yeah.
Who dies in the process? He
He
doesn't
doesn't
care.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki are clear
Yeah,
examples of that.
Yeah,
Millions and millions.
yeah.
And that's why America's a hypocrite. They can't really say nothing right now because
Yeah.
they're just got civilians all day long anyway.
Well, shit.
You know, same with Afghanistan, bare civilians smoked.
The sip and juice as well.
Say again?
The sip and juice. The CO9.
Yeah,
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 serpent's juice. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't care who's gonna come in.
That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Who's gonna
yeah.
die later.
You know, 'cause it's all part. It's all part of the point. They fuck them, man. They're goyim, man. They're just anything. You know?
Yeah.
The way the Most High don't care about him is the way he cares about him. He don't care about nobody else. You know? So that's why he's spitting what's gonna happen to him.
Yeah,
Ain't
judgment,
that
bro.
ironic?
That's
Yeah.
why ultimately these devils are going to be put in slavery.
Yeah.
And they're going to get a taste of their own medicine. I mean, you had the Commonwealth situation, King Charles saying he's not going to apologize for the colonization, and even the Aussies, even though they're like Edomite Aussies, they was like kicking off saying, you know, get out of our land, we want our land back. You're the devil, colonized us, you stole our people, stole our land, stole our heritage, and that's what these so-called white people are known for. The same thing BB's doing over there in the land of Israel right now. The same thing King Charles is not apologizing for over there in the Commonwealth meeting.
But it's the same way
with
the
the
Americans
fucking
don't
devil, man.
apologize to the Native Americans. They don't. They won't because they know really what should happen is that they should get the land back. And they're never going to do that.
They hold themselves not guilty, man.
That's it.
Even though they're the reason why all these things have happened on the earth, and they gain the most out of it, they benefited the most out of these things. They still got the nerve not to apologize, even to apologize.
They're not about doing what's right.
Yeah.
They're not about doing what's right.
Rewriting history. Because
Yeah.
you notice like a lot of people online were basically pointing out the Western headlines for yesterday's little salvo of missiles from Israel was retaliatory. It was Israel retaliates against Iran. It's like, yo, you've been assassinated, man.
Man's all day. Yeah.
Every day.
You know, like you.
Years.
Yeah, but Hezbollah shooting rockets into unknown areas where no one is.
Exactly. And this is the thing as well, man. It's like, what you call it? All of these nations, when the time comes and Esau's in captivity, all of these nations are ultimately going to be happy, right?
Yeah. But this is the thing. I was gonna make an interesting comparison, right? Because you know, like I said, Esau. When we was in slavery, no one cared. No one do nothing, man. When it's your turn, ain't nobody gonna care. No one's gonna look for you and say, "Oh no, we need to release this man." No one, Gog Magog.
Isaiah
No one's gonna care.
Yeah, I get that.
No one's gonna care that you say you're getting beat the fuck out of every fucking day.
No way.
You know, because that is what you did to us, and no
Yeah.
one cared, right? So it's interesting the comparisons. You know, how it's gonna flip.
Yeah,
You know, what you're gonna go for.
yeah, they're gonna get the curses. Deuteronomy
100%.
27. You're gonna become the infamy. You're gonna become the new niggas.
Yep.
The proverb and byword in the kingdom. No one's gonna
You know,
come
the
to your aid.
tribe of leprosy.
No one shall buy you. Those curses in Deuteronomy 28, which says no one shall buy you. That's gonna happen to you, Edomites, man.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
No one's gonna come to your aid.
And then
You ain't
literally
even-
will be nobody.
yeah, because you ain't even got a savior anyway. At
That's
least we
it.
got a savior.
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I was shy.
And they'll have no faith as well. Like, you know, like,
Yeah,
faith,
no hope.
like, when we was in
The gods have been destroyed. You know, no demons are working with them no more.
And vocab, the residue of the people are gonna serve us, and that's talking about these
Yeah.
other nations, man.
Yeah.
Because you got the thing where you talk about, you know, are you allowed to beat your slaves? Yes, we are allowed to beat the shit.
So you
We
got
are allowed to kill our slaves, man.
Yeah.
We gonna mutilate our slaves. We talking about kill. The scripture says we gonna take fucking
and
scepters and bash their heads, man.
and this isn't merely just servitude. This is the thing. What you're saying is just general servitude, right? This is judgment.
Judgment, man.
What is going on is judgment. It's not necessarily slavery in its purest form, so to speak, right?
Yeah.
You're paying for a crime.
Yeah.
And so you're going to be dealt with accordingly.
Yeah.
Because a lot of you be put to death. So how we treat you in the meantime is irrelevant. Your life's forfeit. So how we treat you before your death is irrelevant, man.
Yeah, a guy called, are you allowed to kill your slave? Like to say that's an ill-humane thing. Look what you did to us as a people, man. 400 years of straight up chattel slavery, and you're gonna ask a stupid question about, are we allowed to kill our slaves? Of course we're gonna kill our fucking slaves. Even if they're doing the right thing, we're gonna kill them. What the hell you talk about, man? What do you think justice was all about, man? Judgment, recompense. The law says it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation unto them that troubled you.
They're lucky you're not getting eradicated from day one.
Yeah, we gonna we gonna say it, man. Because if we get to that first hour in the kingdom, it's gonna feel like a whole day. We're gonna be killing so many Edomites and all that. They're gonna feel like there's no slave left. But there's gonna be slaves around. But we're just gonna be having that bloodthirsty, just like Christopher Columbus said he couldn't put his hammer, he couldn't put his sword down for an hour because he was killing so many Jakes. We're gonna have that same mentality, man. We're gonna be slaughtering you Edomites in the dozens, man.
But that's my point. Because realistically, their sentence is death. We know Esau is his sentence is death, right? So they're lucky they're not destroyed from day one. The only reason that they've got 1,000 years to do anything is so we can get back.
Yeah, that's the
That is it. And to build that kingdom, that is it. That is the only reason. So what we do in that 1,000-year period, that's fucking us, man. That's right.
Even in Psalms it says we're gonna take their little children and dash them against the stone. What do you mean are we gonna kill our slaves? You fucking
No, but it's not
out of your
talking about that. No, they fuck out you for the shit, man. You fucking choke the chicken bone when you speak to Zari, man.
Psalms 10. The righteous shall rejoice when he sees the vengeance.
It says we're gonna rejoice. It didn't say we're gonna be sad. It didn't say we're gonna be moping or I don't want to kill you.
That's
so-
inhumane.
It says we're gonna rejoice, but yeah, come here,
That's
Shalom.
not the spirit of the Lord.
Yeah, what? We're gonna be massacring you, man. What you mean, man?
No problem with your heart. You're being a bit too hard on
Yeah.
the slave.
Okay, hit him again.
Yeah, I wish I'd be kicking our ass if we wasn't hard, man.
Hit
You
him
know what I'm
harder,
saying?
man.
We like
what was the sword from? Go on, all that. Hit him harder.
yeah, I wish I could have come and stamped them like grapes.
Yeah.
And we got to worry about how we're treating them afterwards. What are you talking about, man?
Oh man,
What
Lord gonna be killing you fucking people out here.
The Lord is gonna extinguish anyone that is on the face of America that isn't on the chariots. That's right.
Exactly.
Put that into perspective. That's right. You know, we don't know exactly how many people will still be alive back then, but right now the population is like 350 million. And only the elect and a third of the nation Israel is being extracted. So that's
The
like
Lord
100
said
million.
the slain of the Lord shall be many.
Any.
The Lord said he's gonna be bloodthirsty when he returns. It's gonna be like a travailing woman. You're gonna scream and shout because the revenge that he's gonna have. The blood's gonna be
Again,
boiling.
it's about the vengeance, it's about the revenge. So you want to be treated badly for that 1,000-year period until we decide, or until it is decided, the Most High says, look, it's time now, and you want to be gotten rid of.
Yeah.
Right? Your lives are in our hands to do what we wish with. Right? Just like we was in your hands and you did what you just did, right? We're going to be in that position because the Most High has given us the opportunity to get the get back, to get the vengeance.
That's the sweet thing about revenge.
That's what it's about. Because otherwise, what's the Lord coming back for? Because if it was just about salvation, why does he need to kill anybody?
Even
If Yahweh was just coming back for salvation, why does he need to destroy anybody? The Lord is coming back to bring vengeance for his people.
Oh, yeah.
like the brother said, even Tupac said it, man. Revenge is like the sweetest joy in it to get pussy. Sometimes getting revenge is more even like sensational, more satisfying than getting vagina, man. Because when you get revenge on a person that's done you wrong, man, that's satisfaction. You can't get that. You can't. There's no better feeling, man. So when we get Esau in the kingdom, come on, man. We're gonna be getting Rothschild. We're gonna have vocab on a stick.
Oh,
All these guys, bro, just whipping their asses and no recourse, bro. Just having all our power in our hands to just do what we have to do in righteousness, execute the judgment written. Come on, man. We're gonna be.
But this is the thing. We're going to enjoy
be fucking
fulfilling the
overjoyed, man.
commandments of the Lord.
The scripture says that, right? It's about 39. Yeah. You know, then they appease the wrath of them. And
man.
Mexico.
We're gonna be fucking.
Magneto, we are the future child.
Yeah, that's it.
They no longer matter.
Even though in Ezekiel 25 and 12, it says the.
No. 25. If you want to read it.
Oh, no,
I'm giving you the man.
no, when you said that, I thought you said you had it in it.
No, just forget.
Yeah, we're going to let you get back in, don't worry.
Someone get Psalms 2 as well, man.
Let's get it right.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of you. We're gonna beat the living shit out of you heathens, man. And we ain't gonna feel bad about doing it, man. Because it's all gonna be in line with the scriptures. We also
right.
to execute the
And
judgment.
that's the good thing about it. We're not actually doing anything or saying anything that is not what's in the scriptures.
It's the Lord that said that we're gonna do it as well.
It's not of our own mind.
The
Now,
Lord
if
said-
vocab don't believe in our breakdowns or whatever, fine. Believe what the fuck you want. You're an Edomite anyway. You don't understand shit. So we don't care.
Well, you know, vocab just wants to try and escape. He's just trying to find a way to escape judgment.
Of course.
He already knows he's a Edomite, and he knows that he's damned for, and he's fucked. So that's why he's coming out with all this slivery behavior and all that, with Cesariak and all that, and he's getting caught out there, and he's getting frustrated now because he knows that his kingdom's coming to an end. And you Edomites are going into slavery, whether you like it.
It's like Cain looking for loopholes.
Yeah.
Trying to get away from his judgment. He can't. You're done.
Trying to find a way out of the matrix. You ain't getting out of the matrix, man. You stuck in it.
And in my world now.
Yeah. Agent Smith and all that.
Go on, finish it, bro.
He shall wash his feet in the blood of the wicked.
There you go.
Man, gonna stomp on you, man.
You dancing in your shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Break dancing and all that, man.
And dancing is a joyous thing to do.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's gonna do it while he's killing you, man.
Your enemy.
So it's gonna be a joyful thing to inflict pain and destruction upon you. And we feel the same. We're not gonna hide from it. You know, it's just not time for us to do that now. So we're cordial, we're calm. You know, we're peaceable,
Biding our time.
right? We're peaceable.
Wait you upon me.
We're not in a hurry. We ain't got to hurry shit. When your Hawashai comes, man, hey, we're gonna be given license to do all of that, man. So you can talk about it and worry about it now. We ain't worried about it right now, you know. But when your Hawashai comes, you better hope that he don't come. You better start praying that he don't come, because when he comes, when he does come, hey, we're gonna be in vengeance mode.
Straight
up.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
like some weapons of war.
Yeah, Jeremiah.
But then you can worry about it.
So I had another precept. So, like, what do you want?
Ezekiel 25.
Oh yeah, Ezekiel 25:12 says, "Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will also stretch out my hand again upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Timan, and they of Dedan shall fall by the sword."
And who's gonna do that? Who's gonna be the vessels going to do that to Esau? Right? Because the Lord said Israel are the Lord's weapons of war. The battle axe, right? And we're gonna take down mountains, which is these nations. We're gonna take down these kingdoms, right? And the Lord's gonna use Israel to do that, right? But in that time, right? So you think what? Oh, the Israelites meant to go, oh no, that's wrong. We can't kill nobody. You know, they're already enslaved. We can't do nothing to them. No, the Lord commanded you, just like he commanded Saul to deal with those fucking Edomites. And when he didn't deal with them, the Lord fucked Saul up, man. He fucked King Saul because he didn't do as he was told. And it's the same thing. The Lord didn't shy away. No, you meant to fucking put them to death. All of them. Right? And so that's the command we've been given, essentially, man. Not for that moment in time to do away with all of them, but to fucking fuck them up, man.
You
know? Because the Lord's about killing, the righteous kill.
That's
the
right.
Lord's about that.
It's not murder.
It's not murder.
Vocab was trying to do that.
Yeah.
That's not murdering.
We have to go and get the land, the Holy Land.
Judgment.
From the Canaanites. The Lord said, go in that land and smoke everyone. He didn't say, I'll negotiate, have peace treaties with them. He said, go in that land, smite man, woman, and child, and animal, everything. Leave nothing to
But the Israelites should have done that, right? Because that's evil.
The Lord said,
no, it wasn't evil. Oh, it was evil, but it wasn't wicked.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, the bad time for them guys.
So when the time is right, the Lord's going to anoint certain men to go out and kill a whole nation of peoples, man. And we're going to be with it, man. We're going to be like, no, Lord, I'm not going to do it.
God says it's a can't.
Yeah.
God says it's wrong.
We're going to kill whoever's with that, you know. We're going to kill everything moving, man. We're going to have the license to kill.
Hey, those, it's good to say, those who put the sword, right? Those who put the captivity to the captivity. We're going to be put in the slavery, some people are going to get killed. Simple as that, man. The Lord's going to have to decide who's that's going to be, because the Lord's in control ultimately. Because the Lord's going to use us to be able to do that. Us and the angels. That's what's going to go down, man.
You want to say something?
I was going to say, the Lord said to kill the Canaanites, justified for their most odious works of witchcraft. They were doing
it's justified why we have to do it.
Like,
what's happening on this? He's on another level.
You saw the top witch of the earth, man. Top warlocks and witches. They even did a documentary, podcast type series on the Rosicrucians and how it's linked up with the Roman Catholic Church, and they set up all these different religions and all that from Roman Catholicism, and it's all based upon witchcraft and Luciferian doctrine.
And these are affecting billions of people on the earth, man. Around the whole earth.
So we gotta kill all those people, man. We gotta kill every one of those people that are involved in that, and that push that vibration on the earth.
Like Scripture says, even no remnant, no nephew, none of that, man. They're all gonna end up going.
They're all gonna be destroyed. The filthy frogs. You know, the Roman Catholic Church. You know, the Vatican, and you know, all those things are gonna be destroyed, man. It's all based upon lies and Satanism, rebellion against the Lord. So we're gonna be involved in executing that judgment to put the order back in, order back into the order, basically. Restore the order, man. That's what we're gonna be about. Whoever's got it.
He said he wanted.
He's going
to make a point.
Yeah, just I'm going to say, like, the Most High in that time is going to put his spirit in us.
He's going to read it. Go ahead, read it.
Says verse 14 says, "And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel."
There you go. So Israel has a job to do. It's a job. It's a
Number one job.
Vocab might not like that job.
Yeah.
He might not like the fact that we have that job to do, but it's a job we have to do. You know what I mean? Whether Jake likes the idea of smashing up babies, whether they like the idea of it or not, the Lord's Spirit's going to be on us to do those things.
No,
you know?
Jake don't have.
I ain't got the spirit of me to smash little babies. I mean, that's not my spirit.
Jake don't go around every day thinking about smashing little baby heads. You know, that's kind of cruel. No one really thinks like that.
You think you're a madman, thinking like you're Jeffrey Dahmer or something.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
Edomite.
But, you know what I'm saying? But the Lord in that day is going to put a spirit on man. It's going to be straight on some Terminator salvation.
The
type
Lord
shit.
wants his vengeance fulfilled.
Yes. We're going to be straight jugglers for the Lord.
And
man.
that just shows you it's not us. It's not really us that. I mean, we desire it because it's right, it's righteous, right? But it's not really us. It's the Most High that wills it. He wants it to go down like this, man.
I'm going to come back with the videos. Like, GMS are baby killers and all that.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't killing no babies, man. Just like with the grape situation, I ain't not raping no women. But in the kingdom, if we feel like we wanted to grape a woman, we could.
Hey, the thing is,
Or if we
women,
feel like
women,
killing some
women are
babies,
going to
we
get
could.
raped and children are going to die. It's simple. It's going to happen. You know,
yeah,
however it goes
yeah.
down is how it goes down, but it will be happening. You know, in that time. Okay, when the Lord shows up, man. Even before the Lord turns up, man.
Yeah,
Fucking,
what else?
all this chaos, all this chaos in the world, man.
You
The
think
time
all
of
them-
trouble. It's going to go down then.
You think what them early prisoners release is going to be doing, man?
But that's
They're gonna
not.
be out here
But
graping
that's
up
not a
women,
time for us.
Yeah.
Because we're men in the Lord, right? We got other things to focus on. That's what these other fucking things are going to do.
Yeah.
But they're going to be bugging out.
Mm.
Right? We ain't got time for that shit.
Yep.
Yeah. But the baby killing and all that, that's necessary. We're talking about the kingdom.
Yep.
Because that's going to happen when we get to the kingdom. We're going to
Yep.
take Esau's babies and dash them against the stones, because that's punishment for what they
Chuck
did
them-
to
chuck
our
them off-
babies.
chuck them off cliffs and
Feeding
shit.
our children to alligators and all that.
Yeah.
They got to pay for all them
Vengeance.
crimes, man. They got a whole hell. Esau's got a whole hell of crimes that's unlisted and unregistered that he's got to pay for. But the
Yep.
Lord knows, because He said He requires that which is past.
That's right.
And that's why he's going to put his hand up so that we know.
Yeah.
Because right now there's certain, you know, we feel it every now and then. You go past the Edomites or heathen, it's like certain in your spirit. I don't
Spirits,
like
yeah,
this person.
Like vengeance spirits.
You
Stop
know.
learning.
But then
We
in the
can't do nothing.
yeah.
man.
in the kingdom, we gonna know why.
Yeah.
We looked at that person that way. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you know, hey, like for instance,
He was
you
a
know,
slave owner.
yeah. We don't need to name names, but there's a particular a teacher in the school that we went to, man. And when I see, I just want,
In his past life.
yeah, they
You already
certain
know
that,
he owned a
yeah.
couple slaves, man.
You know, he's one of them slimy Edomites, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what Matt Hancock. I'm pretty sure, but old brothers
all
got a
them
bit of
devils.
Matt
Tony
Hancock.
Blair.
Tony
All
Blair.
them devils had
You
slaves,
know,
man.
what's
You
what was it? I forget. the other one.
George Osborne's.
Yeah, Osborne and
Yeah,
then
Jacob
you got
Reed
Moggs and Reese Moggs. Then there's the other one. He used to be like second in command, man. I forget his name. Even Sunak, you know, me personally, I think that was Amalekite, man. I'm speaking for myself.
Yeah,
He
woman
won.
don't like Sunak for some reason.
Yeah.
All them top,
Yeah,
all
she
them
gets a
top,
better feeling about him.
all them top people in the political parties. A lot of them back in the day, they were slave owners.
Yeah,
Like even like fucking Trump was Nero, man.
yeah.
Trump was Nero in the ring. So you already know they're top people of our enemies of our nation.
That's
man.
it. That's it.
They're gonna be dealt with though.
That's it.
Queen Lizzie, all that.
Oh yeah.
Be dealt with, man.
But yeah, let me. What is it?
King
Yep.
Charles.
Yeah.
You already know his ass gonna be the same.
Oh yeah.
He gonna pass that old devil.
Says, and they shall do in Eden according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahweh.
So it's all about the vengeance of the Lord. So it's not us, man. That's why Volcab getting emotional and upset. But he doesn't seem to understand that it's the Lord's anger that's coming upon the nations in the world. And he's only going to use us as a vessel to execute that judgment. And we're going to have honor in doing it, man. Because we so happen to be the children of the Most High, man, the sons of Israel.
You know, another beautiful thing about reincarnation and the fact that, you know, they're going to be around for 1,000 years. Because there's all kinds of guys who like to get their hands on and fuck up and shit. You got Harai, I like to fuck up.
Oh
too, man.
yeah.
He boils my fucking blood, man.
Yeah.
You know, but you know what? Yeah.
I'm a little done, anyway.
Hey, I bet Bear Brothers want to do, you know, get his hands, get their hands in it, right? But not enough time. Well, he ain't got enough time, right? Because he won't last long, right? But he gonna be reincarnated. So you know, over 1,000 year period, man, we might get round all the camps out there, all the brothers, dominions and that, and fuck him up, man. You know, because these devils ain't gonna last long. They have to keep coming back, man. You know, but I'd like
you're gonna reincarnate them as well.
guys like Vocab and
Yeah,
shit. You know what I
you're
mean?
gonna die
Like,
in
I'm sure
the-
Bear Brothers want to get
You're gonna have
plantation, man.
You're gonna have power over life and death. So if they die,
Yeah.
you just put the spirit back in them and then put their asses to death again.
Oh, because yeah, if Esau wanted to give Jake like true life sentence, you know he would. Like with the altered carbon,
Yeah,
you know, you just
the
like,
sleeves and that.
yeah,
Imagine that.
make you suffer. I mean, we gonna
Yeah,
make
we
you
gonna-
suffer.
Because we're gonna be we're gonna be extraterrestrial, man. We're gonna
Yep.
be supermen and super women.
Yep.
And this is what Esau's craving for, but he's never gonna have that type of power. But we're gonna be actually made gods walking
Yeah.
amongst men. So you devils are free, man. What are you gonna do against a god, man?
Yeah.
A guy that can't die, can't. You gonna do?
The moment in the twinkle of an eye, we shall be changed, man.
What? You're free.
No, a man told history from different lives.
Yeah.
Deep thing, yeah.
Because it's the
Deep
thing
thing.
right now. Esau. One of the reasons why these Edomites, they'll be like, "Ow, slavery." That people, Esau doesn't really talk about the savage shit he was doing, man.
Savage.
Nah, he make it sound like he was just employed.
Yeah, it was just hard
Essentially,
working
yeah, harsh
conditions.
working conditions. Yeah,
And they make excuses.
we didn't
for
pay
murder.
him. We didn't pay him. That was about it.
You
Like
know,
babies, they're making bad excuses for murdering
No, it was just a
innocent
whip.
women and children
It was just a whip.
every day.
Yeah.
You know, every day he's making
Nah,
excuses
it
for
was shit far worse.
murdering innocent women and children. That I like to say is nothing.
Yeah.
Oh, they were just some us.
Yeah.
That-
We just killed them.
That
know?
that was usually told just the
surface.
just the surface. It's the least. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for, man?
Okay,
It's tame. It's tame. It's
yeah.
tame. Right, the whippings and the hard work. That's just tame. Right, there's so much more vile, vicious, and wicked
Yeah.
things you was doing, man.
Yeah.
Inhumane.
You know that goes beyond just serving.
Yeah.
Right, it wasn't just serve. It wasn't just slave. It was just servitude, man. You fucking was cruel to us, man.
Yeah.
Saying,
Beyond measure.
I posted the article earlier on in the week where it was like it was just cheaper for this Edomite to just like let a slave die and buy new ones than to feed them. So it was like certain plantations, and it kind of showed you that, and that's why I'll be honest. One of the reasons I like the film Django is that
Django Unchained. Yeah.
Django Unchained. There was a lot of a stress relief, but then like out of nowhere, what Tarantino did, like it'll be like a funny scene, and then it will show you the reality in the next scene.
Yeah.
Like friends, so be like when they went up to Candy's house,
Yeah.
right? And then basically at first it's just there like all laughs and jokes, all fun and games, and then it was like, nah, I want you to bash his head in.
Mm.
But that was, and basically what reason why I like that as a storytelling thing is when people get tense, they don't want to take things in. So it's sort of like Tarantino took someone on a journey, opened them up, they're properly engrossed in it, and it was like, oh shit. And then now those are things that stick with you, man. Like like when the Jake is running up and he was setting the dogs, because that's
D'Artagnan and all that.
yeah. These are the things you Edomites were doing, man. You were setting dogs upon Jake,
Yeah.
man.
Send him to nigga heaven.
Yeah. The
Send him to nigga heaven.
the bit when it was like
They
there
were
was
white heavens, separate places. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Crackers, man.
Even though Leonardo's a nigga himself.
exactly.
He's like, send him to nigga heaven.
Yeah.
And Jamie comes back in the end and says, this is for D'Artagnan, motherfucker.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
shoots all the crackers in the house.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna get our revenge, man. That's what it's all about. Revenge, man.
Hey, remember the scene when they're about to once again castrate what's his face to make him bleed out? What did he say? Actually, that's too easy. He said, let him go to that plantation because people
Yeah.
that live in that work in that part, they don't survive. They
Work
just
into your factory.
you know. And these are the things that Esau does, but yet he's the one that's gonna go around calling everyone else a savage. He's the most savage.
Yeah, he was given into the hand of a cruel enemy, man.
That boy.
You know.
I want to see something.
We're gonna fluoridate in the water supply.
Yeah.
Hey, poison on us,
Chemtrails in the
man.
air.
Come on, man.
The whole Democratic Party campaign is based on the bullshit.
Bro, yeah, that's what she was talking about last night.
Yeah.
All day, all the whole convention. Abortion, women's rights to kill babies. That's all she was talking about, Kamala, man. That's our whole mantra, and that whole fucking campaign is about abortion.
Yeah.
Her legalizing killing babies.
Yeah, boy.
So she's a thief. She's a straight out witch, man.
Beyonce.
That's why she got a queen of Satan, Beyonce and Kelly Knowles come up there screaming and shouting, talking about we need to vote. Y'all need to vote something. Stupid niggas, man. Clowns, man.
In fact, I'll read into it because we touched on it before. The point I want to 5. It says, Wisdom 12 says, for thine incorruptible spirit is in all things. Therefore, chastenest thou them by little and little that offend, and warnest them by putting them in remembrance wherein they have offended, that leaving their wickedness they may believe on thee, O Lord. For it was thy will to destroy it by the hands of our fathers, both those old inhabitants of the land, of thy holy land.
Fucking Hamas, man.
Yep. Says, whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcraft.
So was it because Israelites hated them? Or was it because the
Lord.
Most High hated them?
Lord.
Because the Israelites didn't know what the fuck they were doing, man. Because they were coming out of Egypt. Yeah. They had no interest about what the Canaanites were doing. It wasn't nothing about what Israelites how they felt. Right? The Lord hated them.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yep. It says, whom thou hatest.
Because up until this point, the Canaanites hadn't done nothing to the Israelites.
No, they hadn't.
Well, except the Egyptians, but you know what I mean.
Philistines.
Yeah, yeah, the Hamites were the Egyptians, but the Canaanites never actually done that to the Israelites at this point in time. But the Lord already had it out for them.
Yeah.
Go on.
That's the
Yep.
curses.
Whom thou hatest for doing most odious works of witchcrafts and wicked sacrifices. Also, and when you're looking at all of those abortions and stuff like that, really it's witchcraft and child sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
The scripture says, passing over child to Molech. Back in the day, right, in the ancient world, yeah, it was actually a live baby.
Yeah.
Right, but now they're just doing it early. They've
Saying it's not alive, it's not, you know.
yeah, they've technologified it. You know, I'm trying
We're still making the baby pass through the fire.
They technicalized it.
Yeah, they modernized it with technology, but they're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Killing it before it even comes
Yeah,
out.
because them
Exactly.
doctors and all that, they basically worship all them idols of the Asian
Well,
world anyway,
they
because
can
they have
do
the what's that term?
What you said?
The doctrine.
Well, can do
Yeah,
yeah.
Carducis. But even the decree that they make is the
Oh,
Commission of
Hippocratic oath.
the Hippocratic oath is all to worship of Greek and Roman gods, man. So they're basically making it the sacrifices through the medical system, man. Medical fields and all that. That's exactly what they're doing. Pharmaceutical, the word pharmakia means sorcery, man. In the Greek, in the book of Revelation, it has the word sorcery there, and that word goes back to the Greek word pharmakia.
Yeah.
So it's all witchcraft, man.
Yeah.
So they are making their children to pass through the fire through them abortion clinics.
Yeah. Says, and also those merciless murderers of children and devourers of man's flesh and the feast of blood.
All right, and these are the things the Most High despises.
Yep.
You know, no matter what nation you're from, whether the Lord's dealing with you or not, because He's always dealing with Israel. But if you're doing these things on earth, the Most High has an occasion against you.
Yeah.
That He's got a judgment He can bring against you, man, because you're being fucking evil and wicked. Right? So when these things are happening to America, destruction as we see it falling apart, it's judgment.
Yeah.
Nothing that's about to happen to a place is judgment because you practice wicked shit and you promote wicked shit. You know? And then the ice on the fucking cake is that you got his children in slavery. Because that whole abortion thing really affects Jake mostly.
Yeah.
Because Jake's mostly one that's getting fucking done.
Yeah, if you check the numbers and the mortality rates of how many Israelites babies have been killed in America, man, it's going to be in the millions,
insane.
man.
It's
It's
insane.
insane, man. It's like that's the real genocide. And they're never going to talk about that. They're going to complain about some JOWs, fake Holocaust that happened in Germany, when the real Holocaust is happening every month over there in fucking America, man. They're slaughtering babies by the fucking dozens, man, in the millions.
But they're not people. They're not alive. They're not,
It's
they got
wickedness,
all
man.
these reasons why they can do that.
Brother, as soon
Right,
as
it's
the sperm enters the woman's egg, the sperm is live, or the egg is live, or the sperm is live, and the spirit is entered into
growing,
that spirit, man. Spirit is entered into that egg, so it's like, so there is a life. It's an actual living being, man. Even though it's as small as a molecule or cell, it doesn't matter. It's still a baby. It's still alive.
Oh, the Lord, man. It's when you look into, like, for instance,
Because I saw the video of that. Man.
Yeah.
But this is the
Shows
thing,
you
like,
the
on another
spirit
scientific
entering
level,
into the
when they
cell.
say bacteria and stuff are not alive, then but
Of
they're
course it's
obviously
alive.
multiplying and doing shit.
Of course it's alive.
So they're obviously
Organisms,
operational, right? They operate.
Organisms,
That's what I'm saying.
living organisms.
So a child can't be an organism or whatever, and it's not alive though. Even though it's growing, even though it's developing organs and shit like that. But yeah, it's not fully grown yet. So what?
You know what I get, the one where it's like, oh yeah, but it can't survive outside the mother's womb. But it's like, but wait there. So it can't
Then leave
survive
it
on
in
its own. You know, so it can't survive without the mother. Right, but it's like, yeah, but have you seen a baby?
What child can survive without his
Exactly.
parents?
Even like the whole, was it key? I forget the name, but it's like when their stomach hasn't, so they get that pain in the first couple of months of
But what the fuck is the baby gonna eat if you just take a baby at full term, 9 months, whatever,
Exactly.
and just leave it to do whatever it's
Exactly.
doing? What's he gonna eat?
It's completely
It can't fucking
dependent.
move. It can't
Yeah,
be cold and like it needs its mother's milk and shit, man. Like, you can't just just eat the grass off the floor.
Yeah.
Bro, it's not gonna fucking work out, man. The baby's gonna die.
You know, I found out earlier on today, man. It just goes to show you the power of the Lord, right? Because it's like when you look at the placenta, that's mainly from like the dad's DNA and stuff like that. You know, but you would think it'll be more bad, but the Lord was like, no, for whatever reason, the Lord did it. It's like the placenta is mainly a base off of what the dad, Hell, it's crazy, man. When you
science, man.
You just make excuses to justify your wickedness. That's what it is,
Yeah.
because Esau wants to carry on the ritual. That's it.
And
Esau
it's
wants to carry
about-
on the ritual.
And the elites basically want to, depopulate a lot of people on the earth. So that's why
Tryna-
they're focusing on, new births and all that. They're trying to stop people for rebirth and
There's a whole plummeting birth rate throughout the world.
Yeah, that's right.
The birth rate is absolutely plummeting. And to be fair, it will be. I mean, it's bad here, but were it not for the immigrants, it will be as bad as we look at certain countries. Oh, it's terrible there. It's bad.
Yeah, it will be worse.
It's bad. Immigrants are propping up the birth rate in this world, man.
Mm-hmm.
People look at children as a burden. And the elder Yash Ramba always says, "Oh, women have a beautiful role in this world. Women actually have a beautiful role in this world. The Lord has made it such that you're the vessel through which new children come out.
Yeah.
However, in this world, you get looked down upon.
Demonized, yeah.
I remember hearing what was one woman I used to work with. She said she wanted 5 children, and they looked at her like she had 10 heads.
Yeah.
They were like, why would you want 5 children?
A woman like that usually get praised.
that's what
If she had 5 children.
Exactly.
They said you're blessed.
Yeah.
Here in
And
this
we grab
world, it's a
that.
curse to have many children. To even have one child is a fucking curse in this place, man. Because to support that child is made so difficult. And Esau, the way he said, everyone's got to work, so you can't actually look after the child and shit. Your child's been influenced by fucking gremlins, and the media and whatever. It's not a blessing per se. It's great to have children, but at the same time, here in this place,
not right now.
it's a problem, isn't it? So in the kingdom, we're gonna have many children, man, because we're gonna be truly blessed. And we ain't gonna worry about how they're gonna turn out, because they're gonna turn out just fine.
From birth.
Psalms 127 from 3. Children are an heritage of Yahweh, and the fruit of the womb is his reward.
It's a reward, right? It's a good thing. It's a blessing. But you have children now, even if you're like, all right, like financially okay, it's like, oh fuck. You're taking back a bit. It's oh shit. Like, oh fuck, man, how are we gonna do this? You're worried. You're worried about shit.
And the worst thing is nowadays, as we mentioned, speaking about the whole Chris Carver thing, right? Because you can give in this world, you can give your child the best.
Yeah.
You can give your child the best, but then the brother Charles makes mention there was I think it was a guy that got killed in in Wood Green. But this guy he was private school educated. But when it came to the weekends or school holidays, whatever it was, he desired that dog life so much.
Still wants to be a fucker.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and that's as of elders going into. That's the worrying and the painful thing about this world is you can do everything, through the spirit.
I heard you killed someone as well.
Right. It was something. Wood Green. That's all I know. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's his face said that, man? What's that Charleston White nigga, man? He was actually private, like, or at least maybe not private, but we lived in the burbs. Like, he was living a good life. He was living in the burbs, but once again, that thug,
Argument.
he had to exact that, man. Niggerism. So that's one of us. Once again, to close that point, that's one of the pains in this world. You can do everything that you can. Right. Oh, when scriptures say that as well about your daughter, right? The father loses sleep. Man, the amount of influences your daughter has.
It's guaranteed your daughter. Yeah, it's guaranteed your daughter's gonna come off her. She ain't gonna be with one man.
Exactly.
Not likely. Not in this world.
That's why it says be not shocked if you
Trespass
against you. So that's just how this world is, man. And so that puts stress on you, man.
Yeah. So it says, as arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Oh, that's another thing they don't promote, right? They want you to start having children when you're like 38, man. So
when your strength's gone.
Your strength's gone.
Go in.
Go, go. I mean, nowadays, like hardly rough for the bus. It's like, yo, dad, let's play ball. Oh, son,
women don't want to have children until they're nearly 40, and by that point, you're pretty useless. Because they talk about the women giving birth is dangerous because miscarriage and that kind of stuff. You're increasing the likelihood of miscarriage being so old.
Yeah, and not only that, you're increasing the chances of defects, and stuff, because that's this body. Hey, remember back in the day, when you get cut, you get healed up hella quick. Now it takes a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Hey, remember when you could drink before? And nowadays you drink. Oh shit, it takes 3 days to recover. But that's the aging process. The body starts breaking down. So what's happening in your eggs? What's happening in the sperm and all of that sort of stuff?
Menopause and all that. But it's deadly, man. A lot of women die from childbirth. They're older age than when they're younger. That's why it tells you in the scriptures about the youthful woman having children in her youth.
Yeah,
that's when she's like full of, more fertile basically. When they reach the flower of their age, yeah.
Yeah.
They're more fertile, man. When you get older,
Got
all
better
shit
genes to
dried
pass on
up.
to the children
Yeah, man.
before your genes all broken down and
Yeah.
shit, you know.
Dried up. Dried up eggs.
DNA just fucked up.
Yeah, because there's a whole term, it's a geriatric pregnancy, but they don't like that term anymore. You know,
It's not like you know, because the Lord had mercy on
Sarah was it?
Sarah.
Yeah.
And she was up in age and she had Isaac, man. That's because the Lord wanted
The whole-
that
the whole
miracle
seed,
to come through.
Yeah,
innit? Even she was shocked. That's why she laughed. Isaac didn't come up all just to destroy
Exactly.
disabled and that. He came out strong and viable, you know.
So in verse 5 says, happy is the man that have his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate.
Right, because just like these countries in the so-called third world, right? They have a lot of children generally, right? Because it helps support the household.
Yep.
Now, a lot of Edomites be like,
3.5.
a lot of Edomites are, oh, why are they having so many children? They can't even afford to
240.
feed them and do this and do that. They can't look after them, send them to school or whatever. But they helping support their parents, man. You know, because it's difficult. It's living that is difficult, right? Not, without children, man, they'd probably perish.
You see us.
You know?
Not really.
Nah, it's too dark for that.
You know,
Go on.
It's the book of Ecclesiasticus 16 from 1. It says, desire not a multitude of unprofitable children, neither delight in ungodly sons. Though they multiply, rejoice not in them, except the fear of the Lord be with them.
And that's what's absent from this world. The fear of the Lord. The fear of the Lord is not in these children, man. So having these children, they're just turning into gremlins because they got no discipline. You know, and they won't listen to their parents. But Esau's told you don't have to listen to nobody. You know, but in the kingdom, man, everyone's gonna have to fear the Lord, right? So everyone's gonna come up the right way.
Yeah, we're not gonna have to teach our children either because they're gonna know.
That's it. They're
In
gonna
the
be under the new
spirit, they're gonna
covenant.
have the spirit, the Lord, the testaments, the commandments can be in the inward parts from birth. So we're gonna have
So
to
when you
teach
tell them a
up.
they're gonna know that that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, they're gonna know. They're
You
gonna
know?
know not to steal, not to kill, not to commit adultery. They're gonna know all these things from birth.
Inherently.
Yeah, inherently. It's gonna be innate in them. Other nations, they're the ones that's gonna have to be taught. Vocab and everything.
Yep.
The whip. You're gonna get taught with the whip. And that's the difference.
Yep.
Any closing scriptures?
Yeah, I just wanted to bring this out before we go in it. It's Surah 25 and 7. You know, back on the whole vengeance thing, right? It says, there be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that have joy of his children, tied in, tied back in, right? Because generally that's how we're supposed to have joy of our children. The more we got, the more glory it is to a man. You know, strong household. You know,
having a legacy.
Yeah,
That's it.
right. So the other one is, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemies, right? So Walker would tell you, oh, he's not got the spirit of the Lord Christ, as he would say, Jesus. But he hasn't got the spirit of Jesus in him, right? Because Jesus wouldn't want wouldn't want that. This is a righteous man we're hearing about here. Right? We're waiting for the fall of our enemy, so we can't wait. You can't wait to get our hands on our enemy, because that's what the Lord has promised us, right?
Jesus is not.
Here is the patience.
That is it.
Jesus is not the name of the Messiah anyway. So you're talking about someone else. You're talking about other white
Lord betrayer.
Yeah. You're talking about what's his name? Serapis Christus. Yeah. That's who you're talking about. You ain't talking about the Lord of the Bible.
Cosmic Christ. You know? That guy don't exist. Right? You created an idol unto yourself. And that's what you do. We Christians worship idols, man. You know, of their own devices, man. We follow the scriptures. We know the message. We know the content of what's being said here.
Yeah.
Right? The context of what's being said. Right? And the Most High is going to bring vengeance for his people. Right? That's what the Lord's been saying this whole time, man. And that's why Esau ultimately is going to be done away with. That's why Obadiah exists. The book of Obadiah. Right? It's about their destruction. You know? And we read earlier about the hands of my people Israel. This is how it's going to go down. Right? It just has to manifest itself. You know? Yeah. And we wait patiently for that day. The brother mentioned it as well. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints. The Israelites are the saints. The elect are the saints. Right? So we're looking for the downfall of our enemy, man, so we can exact vengeance upon them. Right? Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's completely in line with the spirit. Completely in line with the spirit. You know, but you're gonna try and make us feel bad and evil for believing that.
Because they're not included.
Yeah, because you're not fucking included,
You
man.
had your time. This is your time.
But like, sorry, I don't know, I think you might have said, but no one gives a fuck what you think.
No, it's just that it's showing them that you guys are desperate now. Because you know you're fighting a lose-lose situation. You're so desperate. You're just gonna formulate lies and slanders and all of that. Because you're the devil, man. It just shows that you're not an Israelite. You're the devil.
The devil is
that
never
the
going to
Bible
admit
speaks of.
fault. He's never going to admit fault in it. So of course he's going to say what he has to say. You know, Cain, like I say, Cain's that fugitive. He's going to do what he has to do, trying to avoid judgment. But it can't be avoided.
Keep slandering until the missiles come, basically.
Yep.
But your time is up, Esau. That's it. That's what it is.
Yep.
Any more closing? So with that, we're going to close up. Give all praises and glory
to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushai, Bashem, Pakwadash.
Double honor to the apostles and elders. And our great millstone, Shalom.
Shalom.